Hello everybody, my name is Zack Viox. Welcome to another episode of the Creator Chronicles Fracture, brought to you by BTV D&D, Bearcast Media. First, we'd like to give a quick shout out to our crew, our floor director Jake Luby, as well as our producer Mike Maisel, and our executive producer Brendan Mitchell are the ones that make all this possible. And let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the cast.
Hi, my name is Zach Reith. I am playing Aces Valron, the Dragonborn Fighter.
My name is Clay Prager, and I am playing Alanon Yornaic, the Half-Elf Slayer.
My name is Alanon Yornaic. I'm a half-elf who grew up in the capital of Seoul, Invicta. I lived a decent life where I made my living as a calligrapher. I never would have been able to have made it my dream job without my father, Corver. While I was serving for a noble, I met an elf named Tora Yeldon, the man's daughter. We quickly became good friends, and we eventually married. Her family was not pleased, as they were nobles and I was just a commoner, and a half-elf at that. This caused them to disown her in all but name. One actual concern about this was how she was an elf and I was a half-elf, and she lived a much longer than I did. But this is something we discussed, and she was fine with. We lived a happy life in Invicta until the cataclysm happened. I still have nightmares about that. It's been over 13 years, but that will haunt me for the rest of my life. Tor and I were part of a secret group who helped people escape the city, but we never got the chance to leave ourselves. And we eventually were caught, and I was able to convince the devils my wife's innocence, but I was severely punished for my actions, and that was how I lost my arm, to be a visible symbol for all to not disobey the devils. However, after a decade of slavery, we were able to escape ourselves. We found passage to Tarf, aiming to get as far away from Seoul as possible. After searching for a new home or purpose, we found a Goliath named Magath, and some others. He was from a barbarian tribe who practiced a dark art of taking the latent energy of the soul from those that they slay. He admitted his understanding of this was weak, and wished to teach others in hopes of further learning how the soul worked, in hopes of finding a way to slow or stop the end of the world. Under other circumstances, I would have ran from this man, but after all I went through, I changed. Nobody up until now was trying to do something to stop this madness, so Tora and I agreed to the training. Tora ended up not being able to stomach the practice, but decided to stay with Magath's group to help them as they needed. After learning what I could from Magath, I departed to explore Tarf to find more about the soul and the state of the world. I eventually found my way to Hog's Hill, where I met the group recovering from a battle.
I'm Brandon Meyer. I'm playing Arthur Ashenhurst, Human Barbarian.
My name is Arthur Ashenhurst. Some have called me slave, others call me king. No matter what you call me, my story has made me who I am. As a slave, in the desert city of Lorak, I was made a weapon. The Lorakites, and their damned sun gods, wanted to bestow their warriors with the sun's madness, locking me in a metal box in the desert till I was nearly driven insane. In that cage, my father came to me. His spirit was rage taking ethereal form. He'd been killed by an usurper. His bitter hatred held his soul into place. Onto me. Shortly after I was released from that hell, I knew I had to end this. I gathered my indentured comrades, and together, we crushed our overlords. After the streets ran red with the blood of the guilty, I knew I needed to leave, to enact revenge on the man who killed my father. But I needed allies. I headed south, deep south, to Niflheim. There, I met my closest friend Mjolnir. I had saved his life in the Jotunskar, the hordes of giants attempting to raid the cities. He swore blood oath to me. He and his crew traveled with me to the edges of the world. I gathered allies. I gained wisdom, perspective, but never lost that sight of my goal. After years of travel, I made my way back to Torf, a small town in Hog's Hill. There, I met a group of warriors and pacifists who would change the view of the world for me as I knew it.
Hey there, I'm Kyle Bushley, and I'm playing Dell, the Elven Naturalist.
Hello, I am called Abbot Dell, but you may just call me Dell. I regard myself as a warrior of nature, and my work entails protecting the essence of nature in this world and stopping those who wish to abuse its beauty. But perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself. I was born in the city of Invicta on the continent of Sol 347 years ago. For reasons unknown to me, I was taken to Filio Monastery in the mountains northwest of Invicta before my first birthday, and was raised by the friars there. The friars of Filio were disciplined in the ways of naturalism, working with nature in order to protect it. In our case, we also formed strong bonds with the beasts of the land, able to call on them for aid in our cause. By the time I was roughly 200 years old, the abbot of the monastery passed away. There were very few friars left at the monastery at this time, and the abbot named me as his successor. The remaining friars decided that their time at the monastery had ended, and they left, leaving me alone to tend to the land. For the next 85 years, I spent my time studying, training, and partaking in my favorite pastime, meditating. It was after 85 long years alone that I heard a knock on the monastery door. As it turns out, a small village deeper into the mountains had been attacked by giants, and they wished to rebuild their village around the monastery. I happily agreed to their requests, and for the next 50 years after, the village of Filio grew and prospered. The cataclysm marked the end of this growth, and I was able to sense the Fey world in a panic and feel the essence of nature start to wither and decay. However, true disaster would not strike for another 5 years. I was 340. 7 years ago, a monster, a perversion of nature, crashed through our village, uprooting trees and breathing fire with poison dripping from its claws. It razed the village in a matter of minutes, leaving me no choice but to collapse the walls of the monastery on top of it. I was the only survivor, but not without receiving a terrible wound myself. Upon checking the beast, I found it had been branded. This was someone's pet, and it was sicked on us like a rabid dog. I decided to set out to find who had done this to my people. I came to find that the brand belonged to the god Kursk, and in one of his ruined temples, I found an ancient tablet with a description of myself etched into it. Desperate for more information on Kursk, I headed to the continent of Shone, and from there, I met a group of adventurers set on saving the world.
I'm Drew Seiler. I'm playing Ezekiel von Arturus, the human vampire. Ezekiel von Arturus. The pleasure is all yours, I assure you. I was born to the noble house of Arturus in the grand city of Dibella in Tarf. I am a member of an elite group of informers and assassins, the Knight's Edge, under the command of Lord Ingram von Cinderhall himself. His lordship arrived to Dibella 6 years ago, initiating a change of command in the city. There were those who opposed, but they are no longer any consequence. The Count personally saw to snipping those little thorns in our sides. My house, of course, was selected to rule under the Count. Those who were found worthy of salvation from the plague infesting the world were granted certain gifts, so to speak. And we are forever grateful to His grace for this. You would be wise to remember that. I do not expect my rank to be sullied by association with the pitiful squabble around me. Indeed, those were the days when the Count arrived. The filthy peasantry was growing ever more decrepit and unruly. Surely they were becoming infected in their shoddy huts and rags. Lucky for us, the Count thought so too. Under the crimson light of the blood moon, we noble men and women took to the fields. we used our newfound gifts to commence a purge on the population, blighting Debella. I've never experienced a more powerful thrill in my life. I remember the first drop of blood, its sweet aroma spilling over the hills, the taste of the life essence of a strangely beautiful farm girl corpse on my tongue. Oh, you must excuse me. My mind took me elsewhere to much better times. Alas, in fulfillment with the Count's commands, I had set out to find an heiress worthy of his hand in marriage. He has experienced many women, undoubtedly, but he has never experienced true love. With the world soon ending, he seeks to feel the warmth of love's embrace on his cold heart. It was during this trip that I had the unfortunate event of meeting the cleric Jesper of the lowly and improper Klaus family. Our time together was to be brief, but the Count seeks to use him and the rest of the party as his pawns. So be it.
I'm Keith Adler. I'm playing Panzer, the Forgeborn Fighter Barbarian Slayer.
My designation is Unit 1313-J, though now most know me as Panzer. I am Forgeborn. The centuries I have walked this world have been filled with war and violence, though I cannot complain, as I have dealt my fair share of blows, just as I have received countless others. I do not remember much about where I came from, where I was made. My creator, the Threaded Man, is also a mystery to me. Whether my forgetting is a planned obsolescence or a sign of my age, I cannot say. I do not worry about it overly much, however, as I cannot see how knowing my origin would change anything. What I do recall in my earliest memories is the stench of blood, the sounds of metal crashing and men dying, and the feeling of my hammer crushing steel, flesh, and bone with equal ease. I also remember my comrades, my brothers and sisters who were born of the same forge, fighting alongside me and finding glory in victory on the battlefield. They're just that now, memories. I doubt I will see them again in this life or the next. Nevertheless, I for some reason carry on, finding battle as I wander, siding with anyone who seems worthy to fight beside. I sometimes wonder why I fight. It struck me once in the middle of a duel with a skilled foe that I was hoping he would beat me. I was looking for the end, a place where I would die as I lived and be slain by a worthy foe. It hasn't happened yet, though. I have faced cavalry charges on the Echidrina fields, fended off pirate raids on the Bavarian coast, battled all manner of monster in the snow-white woods, and seen the city of Krotengard burned to ash. But still I wander on. I took a ride on a merchant ship sailing for Luga. It ran afoul of a reef during a storm, and after 6 months of waiting on that forsaken outcropping, I was discovered by none other than a pirate lord, one Viper renegade, and taken on in return for helping during combat. It was on Viper's ship, while battling a rival pirate crew, that I encountered a very strange group, calling themselves the Peacekeepers. After seeing their skills in battle, I asked to accompany them, hoping to find something worth dying, or perhaps living for.
I'm Brendan Hirth, and I'll be playing the paladin known as Jesper Klaus.
Hello, my name is Jesper Klaus. I come from the city of Niflheim, where I grew up with my parents Seal and Ambrosius. My family ran a small trading business on an island just off the coast of Sheer called the Black Docks. Like any other boy growing up in Niflheim, I was taken on my first raid when I was 6 years old. With the help of the men, we attacked a small village called Greben on the south side of Tarf. The other children were delighted in the bloodshed, killing and stealing as they ran through the streets. I, on the other hand, was appalled by this. I hated to see the innocent families being killed and robbed as they were just trying to go about their days. From that moment on, I wanted to devote my life to stopping violence instead of spreading it, to saving lives instead of taking them. With some special help, I learned how to fight and how to stop others without having to kill them. I also learned all about the magic in the world and how it ties in with the gods. While I was training and growing stronger, an event called the Cataclysm happened. After this event, not much changed in Niflheim. Our people still stole and raided and killed, and our way of life was not very much affected. After this event, I met a girl my age named Danica. She quickly became my best friend and we did nearly everything together. About a year and a half after we met, she started to get sick with something I now know as the affliction. I traveled with her through Tarf looking for anyone who could help with her sickness. While we were on our way to a city called Kron, she died in her sleep, with nobody in her life but me. I made my way to Kron and found many more who suffered from what Danica had. I spent a lot of time there helping others and giving them comfort while trying to find a cure. After I watched more and more people die, I couldn't stand to keep watching this happen. I decided that day to set out and to fix the world and try to make things right again. To bring the world back to how it was before and bring some light in an otherwise fractured world.
Hey guys, I'm Matt Bailey and I'm playing Dean Bradshaw, Human Witch. Hello everybody, Dean Bradshaw at your service. I have come a long way and still have longer to go yet. I was born in a small farming village just at the edge of the radiant fields and soul. A fractured world after the cataclysm, and a burning countryside at the hands of fiends and devils alike were hardly reasons for me not to explore the surrounding beautiful fields and forests. I could most aptly be described as an inquisitive soul since my birth. One of my main pastimes would be to experiment out in the magical wilds with all manners of wild mushrooms, mystical plants, majestic creatures, anything that I could find, discovering my own arcane powers all the while. Every single book that I could get my hands on was dissected down to the letter and aided in my current knowledge of the world and my dreams of adventure within it. Unfortunately for me, there were not a lot of opportunities to practice my newfound craft. The farm work each day was long, and the land that we worked was harsh with age. One day, after a very successful session of learning out in the forest, I returned to my village to a very rough sight indeed. I found it raided and burning at the hands of a notorious band of thieves local to the area. They tied me up, brought me to their leader, and forced me to watch as they butchered everyone I had ever known. Then, they got to my mother. It was then that a primal and arcane force churned through my body, and the rage that I felt in that moment culminated in an explosion of fire from my fingertips, instantly disintegrating the thieves surrounding me. Everything around me was burnt to a crisp, save for a small cloth insignia from the bandit chief's clothing. There was nothing left for me there. My mother dead and my father missing. I took the remainder of my people and I boarded a boat going as far south as I could go. I still hold on to the small piece of cloth, vowing to destroy the remnants of those who would harm my family and my people. Soon after this, I came across some dear friends who would help me in my journey to come. And now, my destiny is all mine to create. I just have to know where to start.
Mortals call us unnamed. We are not from this world, and yet we seem to have influence over it since the gods were slain 13 years ago. All you must know is that we are everywhere and everything. That event would be titled The Cataclysm, by the remaining peoples who wandered the fractured world of Sanctuary. The world was now ending, and the sand in the hourglass began to dwindle. The very fabrics of twilight being blackened by a new dawn, and its name was the End. It was some time before an opportunity to redeem the world came to fruition. A group of religious warriors, known as the Zealots, became known to us. We sought them out and gifted them various visions. Visions of 16 pieces of the betrayer god's soul. However, this task was not for the Zealots. We brought them to our domain, the submerged well of the world, and we filled their papers with knowledge of these pieces. A parcel, meager to some, but earth-shattering to those who knew. The Zealots were to deliver this parcel to a gathering storm, bolts of lightning crossing the sky together. A group known as the Peacekeepers. These heroes would be our saviors, our answer, our redemption. Little do they know the stakes we have seen. The great void which will consume us should we fail, and the radiant relief that will come with collecting each piece. We believe the Peacekeepers will be this world's saviors, its redemption, and its light. Hopefully, these mortals will allow us all to escape.
All right. Well, we have an interesting session ahead of us. I, for one, am very excited, actually.
Oh, yeah.
For it. Perhaps some boss fights happening.
Ooh, spoilers.
But yeah, so where we last left off, though, the group of adventurers, known as the Peacekeepers, had made their way out from a distant island, ways north of Laloga, this politically charged city deep within the confines of Keet. There, the party made their way out and met up with a few allies, most of the pirate lords that had not been taken previously by supposedly a kraken, as well as a new member of the Elemental Warband, this sort of group of mercenaries that had been traversing all through Keet for a little bit of time ever since the Cataclysm, the event that shaped the entire world. There, they met the leader of this Elemental Warband, a person by the name of Charles, a human, seemingly sort of a monk-like nature and with some very mysterious origins that didn't really make a lot of sense. After some time, though, and spending time on the island and learning how to shoot fire bows to some of them, and kind of having a shooting session as well, the party made their way out into the storm-charged waters and sealed a kraken away, watching as the pirate lords created some sort of ritual that was able to pull the kraken down into the depths below with a gigantic purple hand. After which, the rest of the pirates that had not either sunken to the depths, been struck by lightning, or slammed with tentacles from a kraken, or any other misgivings that could have potentially happened. Everyone celebrated, more out of a bit of mourning loss, but also out of relief for finally being released from the clutches of this titanic beast. During which the whole party sort of mingled with the rest of the pirate lords. Some information was given between everyone else, and a very interesting event occurred as well. The party's wizard by the name of Dean had taken Aegeus, the first mate of Pirate Queen Viper Renegade, out to the woods in order to almost converse with an ancient evil by the name of Bernadette. Particularly trying to preen information from her to better them on their path. Some lighter things were had as the party, other party members decided to mingle with a lot of drunken sailors, and at one point, several, quote, sea spiders had made their way out to attack the sort of poisoned sailors from their midnight stupor. Some chicanery was had, and some mourning as well. And overall, the party had a nice, relaxing time after an event that will most likely shape them for the rest of their lives. Come morning, fish was had and regular bread and such to just give for breakfast. Nothing really particular to suit anyone's fancy. But the party was also offered teleportation to an island that they would be going to by means of a man by the name of Lucifer Stanwyck, one of the other pirate kings that existed within the circle. A tiefling of a man, known for his spellcasting ability, is what the party came to know. And he offered you either direct passage to Hamgen's Park, which had a percentage chance of you not being teleported there, and he also offered you safe passage directly to the beachhead, which is a place that he had actually been before. The party decided to go with the safer option and decided to drop on the beachhead. Upon dropping there, the party gave some time to the group's naturalist in order to allow him to survey the entire surrounding region and sort of get a glimpse of what creatures existed within this entire island. And after some time, seems to be a very motley selection of various creatures from near and far, some of which don't even seem that they should be existing within the continent at all. Also picking up some large signs of dragon, one particular amongst the island, and several other things. The party then decided to continue on their way, and that is where we last left off. So, peacekeepers, you're walking along the beach, presumably the safest option that you believe that you have. What would you like to do?
I forgot they're riding the horses.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
We're
as a side note, the other thing that happened was a lot of petty squabbling over a cat.
Oh yeah. Not so petty.
Not so petty.
Not petty.
Not so petty.
Not petty squabbles.
That was entirely petty.
Important squabbles.
Not a
I agree.
fake
Most
cat.
of what we do
Fake
is
cat. Fake cat.
Oh, we're still mad, right?
Yeah, it's like on horses.
Yeah.
It's been like a few hours.
We're not happy. Let's just put it that
Yeah.
way.
I hope not happy.
How
Cold shoulder.
How long have we been traveling?
That's fine.
You guys have just come out of the teleportation. So you've probably been here about 30 minutes. Dean and Jesper both keeping a larger distance from the rest of you, ahead of you on horses. Yeah. Although Ezekiel and Panzer probably could move faster, but beside the point.
Do we know where we're going? Are we going to the park?
No one wants
Do we know the direction?
I have no idea where it is. Did you find anything when you were scanning the region?
Not particularly, but it is north, is it not?
The park? I think so, from our maps.
Along the border of along the beach.
Yes. Yeah, if we follow the beach right, we will find it.
On your guys' world map that you got when you were in Mariah, you do see that on the portion of Gascar, if you look in the northern section, it does say Hamgans Park. So you would assume north.
Yeah.
However, do any of you have a compass?
No.
Do I have one built in? Maybe. GPS, maybe.
We can discern where we're going based on the sun.
Damn.
I think we should just follow the shore.
Oh no, Del, you're pretty
Well,
good at tracking.
we could be heading south based on the shore. We don't know. Correct.
What time of day is it?
So it's about morning still a bit.
Okay.
And where is the sun?
Which direction is the sun?
So the sun. I'm trying to remember third grade.
Doesn't it set in the...
Sets in the west.
Sets in the west.
And
Right.
right.
Currently, in the position you're going, directions are hard. It would be to your left.
Yes. Okay.
That doesn't help.
The sun will be on our left side.
Is that the
we're
the
going
water?
So we're
or
going
the jungle?
south.
Yeah.
If the sun is on
There you
our left, we're going south, so we should probably turn around.
Turn around, boys.
Yes.
Boyos.
Come on.
So as you guys are ahead of the whole group, and you overhear their conversation behind.
Come on, Bessie. It's not a cow, it's a horse.
So now they're behind us.
Remember old Bessie the ox?
Left turn.
So
Where are you going?
You're gonna be real sad when those horses die.
We need to go north.
Oh, I'm not great with directions. Sorry.
We need to go
you
the
two
opposite way.
You two were leading the way.
I think you guys just started following us, assuming that we knew where we were going.
Yes.
But you were faster than us. We had to follow you.
Yeah, that's how that works.
I'd be more most comfortable with Del leading.
Yes, true.
Yeah, as well.
He could probably just tell us no, like, right
Yes,
away.
we go that way.
Isn't Del a ranger?
No.
No?
What?
What?
What constitutes a ranger?
You hear the cawing of seagulls, and then once more you hear the loud echo through the streets, kind of like blasting through your heads.
I don't like that.
Alright.
Shall we go?
Let's go.
Banshee
Yeah.
bird. No.
Let's head north.
We head north.
All right. So you guys begin heading north on the beachhead. Nothing really, just the gentle lapping of waves across the beach that you're on. It's really nice. You feel that this would be a lovely vacation spot if the world wasn't ending. Occasionally you do once again hear various screeches of differing kinds, birds of different colors flying through the skies. In the distance you do still see those flocks of rock far to your which is now your east. And yeah, and then occasionally every 30 minutes in your travel you hear that loud screeching, at this point getting farther away from you.
Wait, they're rock, you said?
Yes,
They're
there are
not
several
seagulls.
rock.
They're rock.
Yeah.
Flying rocks.
Like the giant eagles.
Very big
Yeah.
birds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Enormous.
They could be small. They're so far off.
Large.
Could be small.
Yeah, at this point, when you look in the distance, they do seem fairly small, but when you watch as one sort of grazes itself right up next to one of the mountaintops, and you watch as its wings expand to almost cover an entire horizontal portion of the mountain, you get a better picture of how large these creatures actually are.
God damn.
So you continue on your way.
Yeah.
So it's hot in here.
It's very hot for all of you, especially on the beach. The sun is beating down on all of you. Ezekiel, you kind of have to stay more towards the jungle region to your right.
That's fine. It's darker in there anyway, so dense forest.
So yeah,
having a good
you
time.
guys continue traveling on your way. Occasionally you'll see what seem to be these crabs about the size of you in the waters with other ones small, and they seem to get really territorial as they snap at you.
Do they seem to react to me in the same way?
As soon as you get closer to them, they kind of just
Peace.
How big are they?
and they kind of go on their way.
How big are they?
He's chilling.
You're like about your size. One of them, their arms is like about the size of probably like half of your arm, and then the other one they have is hulking, a massive, about the size of one of your torsos.
Finally, a worthy foe. Our battle will be legendary.
Crap.
No one gets that meme?
I do get the meme, but it wasn't funny.
So, is there anything you guys would like to do?
Let us continue
traveling
on.
the beach.
Let us continue on.
Let's go.
Keeping
this
an eye
cove.
All right.
Yeah.
On the way.
Can I actually keep an eye out for anything following us?
Sure thing. Yeah.
That's good.
So I'd say 3 of you give me perception checks.
I'm pretty perceptive.
I'll do it.
I'm not very
I'll
sure.
go 1 to 20.
Yeah,
On
he's
a
on the
scale of
horse.
1
so
to
he's
20,
got
I'd say I'm
elevator.
about 5 out of 20.
And
I got it.
roll
Plus 5.
Can I help? Can I help to give him
21.
an advantage?
16.
How would you be helping?
He's on a horse with me.
I guess I'm
Nope.
not.
Okay.
What?
All right.
21.
21.
16.
How about 16? You look out from the side.
4.
And I'll look
4.
out. Never mind.
All right. With the 21, you do pick out some smaller things. You hear different noises as well in the brush. You kind of hear these ones as well, as you're kind of more attuned to nature. Occasionally you'll hear like loud sort of roaring, almost coming from like a mammal's throat, not like a reptilian sort of origin, as followed by trumpets in the distance that sound like loud coming from farther away.
An oliphant, Mr. Frodo.
Occasionally also you will hear the sounds of swinging branches, like shaking of tree limbs as if a large group of something is moving through the trees.
Foul beast from the south.
And then finally, you'll very, very faintly hear, now and again, sort of what sounds like if a bird was trying to speak words, but very well and uncannily obtuse. If that makes sense. Sort of as if whatever entity is speaking these words is definitely avian. However, there's something off about it.
Okay.
And then you with the 21, you do here and there, very faintly, sometimes in the jungle, hear what sounds like bubbling.
Bubbling.
Like loud.
I think I hear some birdmen and some poisonous gas or swamp or something.
According to the journal, we are looking for constant gurgles.
That fits the bill.
That's
Could be quicksand, so watch out for that.
Could be like an ooze as well.
I have no idea.
You want me to explain that?
also, it is a man-made structure, so we will be able to notice it when we see it.
Well, I imagine with all the advertising he's done thus far on the entire world, it won't be hard to miss.
There's probably going to
You
be
think-
like a big sign. Yeah.
You think Hamgen is going to be where the sale is?
No, I thought you meant the actual park.
No.
Should
I'm
we go to the
imagining
park first, or should we
Hamgun's
just try to
probably
find
by
the
the
seal?
park.
What do you think?
He might know where it is.
Yeah, maybe we should speak to him.
Might as well try.
Aren't we looking for a cave entrance?
It is
He might know where the cave
A
is.
man-made structure.
Oh.
with a dugout hole of water.
So like a well.
But bigger.
Is this like a zoo enclosure or something?
Well, the
Those-
term zoo hasn't really been invented yet.
Oh, okay.
What is zoo?
It's
No
like
sign
a
of any
menagerie, if you will. Have you ever seen that? One of those? A traveling menagerie.
We don't have those in the
Can I also, since I'm the one kind of at the edge of the forest, just kind of...
You have a better vantage than them. And I'll tell you some things. They had already made their perception checks, and I guess you're like technically not really part of the rest of the party. But yeah, give me a perception check.
Sweet.
That's
not
fair.
what I was going to say. 12.
12. You don't really notice anything that they don't. But as you are in the jungle, you do see farther in these magnificent creatures that you've never seen before. You do see a collection of what seem to be reptilian-like creatures. One of them having a large spine and these almost bony-like protrusions coming out of its back all the way down into its tail that ends in 4 separate spikes on it.
Dude, that's a dinosaur.
You see several packs of them, as well as farther in the distance, above the tree line, you see what seems like just necks coming out and reaching over on some of the trees that jut out even farther above the tree line and just smacking on some of those.
Okay. Do the ones closer in the forest look like herbivores?
They do seem to be eating leaves and several different fauna. And one other thing you might notice is a lot of the fauna here is big, incredibly large, like unorthodox.
Almost mega fauna?
Like mega fauna?
Almost like
mega
it's
flora.
mega
I mean, mega flora.
Flora's plants.
Flora's plants. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is I'm on the edge. Can I pull out my rapier and just since I'm the one that's gonna get got?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
you
cool.
unsheath your rapier. Have it ready.
We saw some weird stuff in the water though, didn't we?
There were crabs.
Yeah, you saw. Well, you had. Dell had told you before that there are large tracks of prints that make their way up the beach during the night and into the jungle.
So be careful of that.
A little bit spooky.
Big monsters.
Which means at night, a lot of things come out of the water, basically.
Let's not be here when night comes.
Let's stick to the trees.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be. Oh shit, I can't climb.
You said it's still morning, right?
Yeah, it's still about the
Alright, so
morning.
we still got some time. We're good.
You got plenty of time.
Right.
We hike on.
We're good. Keep hiking.
We continued the trek.
About an hour over the course of your next hour of travel, that loud screeching noise becomes ever more distant and distant until it eventually just comes out. Slowly, the beachhead turns from a smooth, sandy texture aligned to this jungle until they seem to begin to forge into one single area, and the beach starts to give way to a steeper incline. The sand turns into grainy pieces of rock and gravel until you eventually come your way up towards this cliff, this slow incline that seems to keep going up. As you continue, it's sort of grassy still here, and you're having to move a bit slower through the tall grass, unkempt wilds that exist through here. Leaves that are so large you can probably honestly use them as bedding. As you go through, who is leading their way through the jungle?
I believe I am.
Dell.
All right. So what is your marching order? With Dell leading.
Dibs on second.
Okay.
Well,
I'll be in the back.
How thick is the jungle?
like
Like,
pretty
how many
good.
people
Seems
can
like
have
pretty
a
good
breast?
distribution.
We're in the back on the horse.
Back on the horse.
How thick is the jungle? Like, how many people can we have abreast each other?
The jungle is thick. The more people you have abreast, the more you're gonna have to squeeze around things, so you'll move even slower.
We're still on the shore.
Just do one by one.
Okay. Like you can move next to each other, but when you get to portions where you're gonna have to squeeze and such.
Okay.
Because we will be traveling now, so also your water consumption will be noted. So, so you're traveling in a single file.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we're still on the shore, even though it's a little bit
So
rocky.
Dell, Astus. Okay, and then who's after that?
I'll be third.
All right.
That one.
You got it. All right. Who's after Ezekiel?
I'll be fourth.
Okay. Who's after Alanon?
I'm on a horse.
No, we're in the
Are
way
you
back.
in the way back?
Okay. Get picked off. I guess I'll be fifth.
All right.
And then I'll be 6.
Okay, and then the
Horse boys.
horse boys.
7th, 8th.
Okay.
Everyone needs a
wall
horse
of
boy.
meat.
Who's first of the horse boys? All right.
You never
All
have
right.
Yeah, it's like a motorcycle ride.
Awesome.
He's a beefy caster.
So,
I got high passive
you guys
perception.
continue to climb up. As you do over the course of the next about 3-ish, 4-ish hours, the sun finally begins to crest over atop of you until it's finally at the top, feeling around like noonish time. It's starting to go a little bit past it. You do start to notice the incline cliff begins to just grow farther and farther and farther until finally in the distance you do start to see what seem to be snow-capped mountains in the distance. Far behind you, you're leaving the area where you see the several large jutting mountains coming out of the jungle pass there with the several rocks flying above. You're coming out of that area and seem to be climbing into this wintry area. All the while still on this cliff, which is now, after this gradual incline, is a steep drop into the water. It's an uncountable distance at this point. You feel like if you fall, things aren't going to look good.
How far are we from the edge of the cliff? 5 feet? 10 feet?
However close you guys have been wanting to be.
We'll keep a good 10 feet distance.
Yeah.
No, don't be tackled off.
All right.
Whenever I lose one of my natural weapons, I just pick up a new one immediately.
Right. Just you start to find more and more of these junglish trees, more sparse in here, and you start to see more shrub life beginning to grow out of this hillside region. Less large looming trees, but as you do get up in this cliff and you look down at the jungle beneath you, it is magnificent looking. In the distance, you do see carving rivers jutting through and around the mountains. You see several different inclines and cliffs and such of mountains and different jungle fauna, as well as large trees that you have never even believed to be possible of growing to such a size, ripping themselves out from the ground and creating these large canopies that even cast a shadow over the rest of the jungle around them. It's incredible. So, you begin climbing the mountain more and more. Eventually, here and there, the scrub life begins to diminish even more, and it starts to get very chilly for most of you.
I'm going to look over the cliff and see if we can see anything from here.
As you look over the cliff, all the while, by the way, the sound of seagulls and such are fading and being replaced with howling, beginning to howl winds, as well as sounds of different critters, seemingly farther in the island. You look down the cliff. As you do, give me a perception check.
That's going to be like 12.
12? You look down as you kind of crane your neck and get close to the side as much as possible. The wind kind of blowing at your back for a bit. It kind of like freaks you out for a second. But as you look down, it seems to be a large, steep fall that gradually slopes a bit, but not enough to really seem to at all benefit your fall. It seems to just be a rocky cliff face that continues down. You see some shrub life growing out of the areas there. But very, very briefly, you do see what seems to be a large, sort of long archway opening in the area beneath there.
There seems to be something down by the cliffs, some sort of opening.
Like all the way at the bottom.
The bottom.
Like it seems to be like a large opening that the water is going into.
Okay. Yeah, there seems to be some sort of watery outlet.
That's what we're looking for.
Way down the bottom of the cliff.
Sounds.
Think we get there?
How far down is it?
Would have no way to get in.
Well, we have to climb back down and then go around.
How far down is it directly vertical?
Give or take.
At least, if you get to the top of it, because it is the only reason you can see it is because of how large it is. Like you think you could actually fit a ship in there, probably.
Oh, shit. Okay.
How far down?
That might be what we're looking for.
So to the topmost part of where it opens,
yeah,
at least 1,000 feet.
That's a good 1,000 feet down.
Well, if I could spider climb,
and that's
my
just a
way down.
spitball, because the way you're looking, you're really starting to get the call of the void feeling as you're standing at the front there.
So that's a very rough estimate. I don't know. So
would it be worth it for me to climb down and see?
Is this a peak that goes up and then down? Can we?
So the whole cliff face you're going on, you do see like ice-capped mountains in the distance, and you see one of them almost, and it's kind of weird because it looks like one of the mountains kind of blends into the like cliff face, as if. Give me an investigation check.
Hey, there's something kind of fucky over there, guys. 9.
9?
9. Dude, what's
There's something weird about how this cliff is.
Something's not right.
Want me to take a look?
Little fucky.
I'll take a look for
Someone who can figure something out who's smart could probably do that.
So you go over to Dean.
Dean, you're smart. You look at that.
Oh shit. 13.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's nothing too difficult to ascertain. It's like weird. It looks like as if there was something really big with like a sword or something. It looks almost as if part of this island was cut right down where this cliff is.
What?
Because as you look at the mountain, it looks like half of the mountain is on where this cliff is, because it just juts up into the mountain, and then it's just flat all the way down through.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's a fucking cut.
Yeah.
Who the fuck did that?
It looks like something would have cut it with a blade or something.
Maybe
Can I
magic.
tell if this would have happened naturally?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me
An earthquake?
give me an intelligence nature or intelligence history check.
Intelligence,
One of the two.
Intelligence, history. So a nature check.
Go back in my notes for this.
10.
Yikes.
10 total?
Yeah.
You feel that maybe earthquakes would be able to cause this.
Okay.
You're not exactly sure of the nature of what could cause this, but you feel like earthquakes might be a plausible explanation.
It's probably a sword.
Yeah.
Maybe an axe.
So how long would it
Something
take us
big.
to traverse back where we came and then go through the water to where?
To get to like a reasonable distance that you could all climb down.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, you're traveling for like 4 hours by now.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, yeah, it's not like a steep incline. It's been like a really gradual incline this whole time up this cliffside. So
the way through that doorway is, do you have to be on a ship, or
you would imagine you could probably swim in, because it's not really a doorway. It's, for lack of a better term, you know, in Pirates of the Caribbean 3, when they're going to like the sail thing, that big thing. Imagine that, except a lot thicker. Or even when in the one part in the Harry Potter movie where
the cove, like inside.
Yeah, it's like that, except really wider, like a lot wider.
I don't really want to swim, so
would it be worth it for me to climb down and take a look?
We
If we
were
just-
told that there was a creature guarding the artifact, correct?
Maybe.
Probably, most likely.
We were told
Dean?
that.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Dean, do you remember that?
All the journal says, no sign of any creature.
No, I thought
Archon
Archon.
scried upon the sail and the ship and
Yeah.
had seen it.
He did.
Ah, yes. Archon had done that.
What do you hear in the distance?
Asus, are you feeling particularly strong today?
I don't really know what you mean by that, but
You want to carry us down?
strong as ever, yeah.
You want to carry us down?
Are you asking are you going to cast flight on me again?
Yes.
It's like my favorite thing we do.
I'm
Fly
gonna.
on Asus.
I'm gonna
Here we go.
All right, as you cast that, Dean, with your passive perception, in the distance, you do see what seems to be a small pack of wolves running hurriedly up the mountain.
As in towards us.
Wolves.
No, like farther north.
Oh, towards us?
No.
away from us.
Fleeing us.
Maybe.
Fleeing ours.
Maybe they're fl-
You watch as
What's that?
you watch as you turn to ace this and you cast fly. You kind of peer over your shoulder for a bit, and you do see what seem to be a large pack of wolves. One of them stops for a second and looks at you all. You notice it, and it just keeps going forward with the rest of its pack.
Is it running from something? You think?
It probably.
Are they just like regular ass wolves?
Can I figure out why they were running?
From what he saw, they just looked like wolves.
Cool. Yeah.
You got 10 minutes, Asus.
Are we going down?
I'm gonna climb down with
Can
him.
I
Jump in,
figure out why
jump
they
in
were
your
running?
arms.
Yes. Wait, do we want to wait a
He hasn't
second?
pointed it out.
We should
Oh,
stick
okay.
together.
Okay, the rest of us stay here. You two go search.
Well, it's going to be a bit before we all can get down here. If something attacks us while you're all down here, we're split. There might be something to focus up.
You already cast his third level
Well,
spell.
you gotta go.
He said
You gotta
last
go
10
now.
minutes.
All right.
10 minutes. We have to backtrack
It'll
like
take
3
a while
hours.
to get down there. Yeah. I say you should go fly down.
thought
The rest of
flight
us will
was
stay
pretty
up here.
quick.
The flight's pretty quick.
We can
You
move like
dash
100.
while
We can move like
flying.
100 feet
That's
around.
120 feet.
Oh, so it's 1,000
per
feet down.
round.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
that's like
10
a
rounds.
minute
So
up,
that's-
down, and a minute up, basically.
We don't have to go all the way down, but you can go halfway down and see it better.
Yeah, go down.
It's like a minute
Ready?
down and
Go
a
down.
minute up.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna pick Dean up, scoop him up like princess style, and we're gonna go down, start going down.
All right. So you start
The
going
full-
down, just you two.
Yeah, it's like the full 100 feet movement.
Yeah.
Every turn.
So you guys begin making your way down there. So you make your way down. Keep going. It starts to get really windy, and as you look down, go down this cliffside, you actually do start to see what seem to be like sparkles in the rough, or nice slivers of what look to seem to be like ore veins glimmering across the mountain. It's very odd. It looks like this was just straight up ripped off of some other piece of land or something. Until you finally get all the way down towards the crest of it. And as you look down, neither of you have dark vision, do you?
Oh, damn. Nope.
You look down, and you just see a pitch black cave. You hear echoes of waves crashing against the sides of it, whooshing in your direction, echoing both to and fro. You don't see anything else past that, but it does seem to be very, very wide.
Let's go find somebody who can see this.
I could also light a stick on fire and drop it. We could just kind of like...
Oh, no, it goes straight in.
Then I could...
Yeah, you could toss it. But it's pretty damn... you can't see where it ends. So it seems to keep going. You could give it a good huck, but you'd probably have to go further in if you're gonna...
You want me to give it a huck?
Give it a
yeah.
Give it a
sure. Wait, climb right up on my back. Sit on me like piggyback style.
All right.
Give me
I have light, by the way.
Give me an athletics check, Dean.
Can I set him up there?
Yeah, Dean. Give me an athletics check with advantage.
God. You're playing with fire, my friend. Okay.
I believe in you so much.
15.
15? You're able to stabilize yourself
Okay,
on the top of Asus's shoulders. It's very kind of scary for you because you're kind of just suspended in air, and you still see a good like distance drop from you. It's about as you're finally at the top of this cavern opening, and you look down. It seems to be a good 500 feet to the bottom still.
Damn.
Can we find a loose rock on the large wall that we came down? Even like a pebble.
Can I tear a chunk of rock out?
Oh yeah, okay. So you go ahead and fly up. Give me a strength check.
Strength check?
Yeah.
Oh,
be careful.
Ooh, 12.
12? You just crack off some rock. You see some other bits tumble down and kerplunk into the water far below. You don't hear it.
Cast light on the rock.
All right.
Give it a chuck.
I'm just gonna launch it.
All right. Give me a strength check.
Again. Oh my god, 8.
We're rolling so
8
bad.
total?
Yep.
You give it a huck, and it does start to light up a bit of the darkness that continues to go into this gigantic cave. And as you watch as it passes through everything, you see more water that continues forward until it eventually...
No backdrop of like a ship or anything?
No, it just keeps going.
I feel like we should check
the sails or anything like that.
Bring someone who
All
can
right,
see.
I think I want to try to aim. I think I want to try to aim towards the side though to see if we can see anything that's not water.
It's gonna drop me off. Pick up.
How much time do I have
I don't
left?
know.
Like 7 minutes at least, because like it's like
let's see. You came down here, moving at 120.
It's like a minute to get down there.
Yeah.
A minute to get back up. Well, you'll have like 5 minutes left. I don't know who can see in the dark, but
I'm sure we figure that out real quick. All right, I'm gonna take him back up. All right, who can see really far in the dark? Like extra far.
I can cast light on a jet.
All right, are you comfortable with this?
I prefer walking, but if we're short on time,
We
I
were
suppose.
told this is a waterway going underneath the entire island.
Right, but we want to scout it out. Just see, I just want to see if he can see.
Flying for 3 more minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe there isn't another way in. I think there's because if someone parks a ship down here, they have to find a way out by walking. Maybe we could find a cavern entrance and go.
Just because it's big enough for a ship doesn't mean the ship has to be in there.
You should also go get Dean.
We've been
before
told
he's
that
stuck down there.
Exebin is probably
I dropped
parked
Dean
the
off
ship
up here. He's
Is that
standing
what
with
I'm
you guys.
yeah, I'm right here.
He's right here.
Tick tock, tick tock.
I'd like to keep a lookout.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, has nothing come out?
I want to be
of the
looking
woods
into
You
while
guys
they were
have
down
passive perceptions. However, those of you with passive perceptions of 14 or higher.
Hey.
As you guys are having this conversation up here, those of you who do hear it
What is it?
like several footsteps from behind you all.
Wait. Something's coming.
As you turn to look, you see two forms first. You see two large looming white entities, humanoid in nature, white furred with blue faces and stomachs. Look like apes, but in more of a larger humanoid form with large tusks coming out. A set of 4 eyes on top of its head. And then behind them, you see an even larger form. Similar to the other two, but larger and more menacing. You watch as it has its hands on all 4 and looks at you all. I would like you all to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Fucking Yetis in the jungle.
You're not in the jungle anymore, son.
Oh yeah, I guess we're on the mountains now. Yeah.
Also, Hemgen doesn't care what he brings in.
All right.
That park is gone.
We can't talk our way out of this one.
Yeah, you can try to reason with him.
If these guys see Hamgun, do they just shit their pants and run? Tell me that.
Probably be pissed.
If anyone can do it, it's Jesper.
All right.
You kidnapped us.
25 to 20.
20.
20. All right.
Damn.
Go cast their
natural 20, baby.
All right. And Dean after that. 20 to 15.
17.
17.
18.
All right.
18.
Decide amongst yourselves what order you're going in.
Nose goes.
Is that for first or
You can go first.
Okay.
Okay.
What was the point of that?
What's the point?
So Alanon.
Yeah.
I got the
Alanon. All right.
Do that.
And then Jesper.
All right, Jesper. And then after that.
Oh, Del than me.
Okay.
Del than
Del and then Arthur. All right. No one else for 15. All right. 15 to 10.
12.
12.
Let's get ready to rumble.
10 to 5.
Big 10 right here. Panzer 10.
5 to 1.
That would right there would be a 3.
Yikes.
Nice.
Yep.
Alrighty then.
Natural 1. Let's do.
So we should call that cave Wave Echo Cave, I think. I think that's a good name.
Lost Mines of Fandelver.
Anyway, so at the top of the round, you watch as the hulking, gigantic form immediately goes and starts charging forward as it gets on off of all of its fours and makes its way towards all of you. All right. It's first going to take a look at. Should have used the most morsely. Aestus. Aestus, I would like you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
That's a.
What do I even have? Oh, I do. That's 16.
16?
Yep.
That is a failure.
That's what I figured.
Oh, fuck.
I will say, this effect specifically targets you. So, you would like to. All right.
You can know you it.
No, you. Even if I can't.
The hilt.
Oh yeah, I can do that, can't I?
Wait, is that not just lightning?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use activate the hilt.
All right.
So I would have halved it anyways, but.
So as you watch, so it's tapped again, and you succeed the saving throw, which is really good.
Yeah, so then take a fourth of the damage.
As you watch as this gigantic creature gazes into you, looming over you about 3 times your size, it looks into your eyes, and as you do, you feel your whole body begin to course with frostbite as you begin to freeze up, almost feeling paralyzed. But before you do, you kind of shake it off, the cold still chilling your heart, but you don't seem to take the full brunt of everything.
I'm an ice dragon, bitch.
It's 21 points of cold damage, halved to 10,
halved to
halved
5.
again to 5.
Let's go.
It is then going to move up to whoever was the first in line, which was Del.
Wonderful.
Oh boy.
And it is going to make 2 attacks at you with its claws.
Wonderful.
The first attack is a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. You take 17 points of slashing damage.
Jesus.
Plus another 4 points of cold damage. It's then going to...
Does my, what is it? The acclimation, -50 to 150, affect that at all?
You still take the cold damage.
Okay.
But you don't feel nearly as cold as the rest of your friends.
Got it.
The rest of your friends are probably not going to be okay. The rest of your living friends are probably,
God damn it.
you know, they're probably not doing so hot. It's gonna hit you with its second claw as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will.
That's a 29.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus. And
This is about to be a brutal
Dell's
fight.
dead.
That's another 17 points of slashing
I'm down.
damage. You're down.
Yeah.
So you all watch this monstrous creature and goes in, and you see these large, almost very stubby claws, but virulent, tear into Dell and smack him on the ground as he and stands over Dell's body. All right.
Fuck.
That's the end of its turn.
Madness.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone gets a point of madness.
Oh, yeah.
Do I get
At the end of that,
System in
what?
the world.
Do I get 2 for going down? Or is that...
Yeah. Dean, you're up next.
Cool.
Al-Anon, you're up after him, and then Jesper, you're in the hole.
Okay. I would like to run forward.
Okay.
Obviously.
All right.
So Aestus and the Yeti are right next to each other, basically.
Aestus is... You know, Aestus is right next to Dell. So Aestus is about like 10 feet away from him. Dell's right in front of him, unconscious.
Okay. I'm just gonna position myself so I'm not gonna hit Dell.
Okay.
But I'll hit the Yeti.
All right.
He's what are we, like 5-10 feet away from the edge?
You guys are 10 feet away from the edge, is what you were saying.
I would like to do something cool. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave and try to push the Yeti off of the edge.
All right. Shit. So you immediately, as you watch it going over the claw over, you immediately take that opportunity, putting yourself between it and the rest of its Yetis, but you don't care. You move your way right in the middle of it, and as it stands there, kind of, as it knocking Dell down, it looks over at you real quick.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
You got it, man.
Please, just for once.
Please.
That's a 24.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Sorry. No doubt.
So just takes the damage.
All right. As you hear the sound, as it slams into this large abominable form, as it almost reels back and starts looking at you next. It kind of looks at you. It goes and turns its attention still to Aestus.
It's 8 damage halved to 4. 4 thunder damage.
4 thunder damage. All right.
Let's run away from this guy.
All right. So use the rest of your movement to try and get as far away as possible.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Alan, you're up next. Jesper, you're up after him, and then Dell, you're in the hole.
How far away are the other 2 Yetis?
That you feel like you would be able to get to them this turn with your bonus action easily. Yeah, because you're back here.
If they're that far away, I'm just gonna go attack the big one then.
All right.
So I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna do my 3 attacks on him.
All right. So you rush forward into the big one, now looming over and gazing at Aestus. Go ahead and make your attacks.
I'll take 3 swipes at his legs.
All right.
That's an 11.
All right, that will miss. As you cut into the fur, it seems to cut off some of the fur, and
25 on the second slash.
that will hit.
Thank God.
Thankfully. And then a 15 for the third.
15 hits as well.
Nice.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
So as you cut into the fur at first, the fur is a lot more thick than you think it is, and you use that to instead go in for a stab underneath with both of your attacks into the leg, and it kind of looks at you with teeth grinning. You see what seemed to be like crushed bone in the teeth as it looks at you, and you see several spewed of what used to be probably be some flesh of some kind spewed right into your face.
Lovely. The first hit was 9 damage.
All right.
9 slashing damage.
All right.
And the second one was 8 slashing damage.
All right. All right.
And then I'll just stay there next one.
All right. So you stand right over Dell. All right. With that, Jesper, you're up.
Okay, so Alanon is standing right over Dell.
Yeah, he's kind of like you see. He's kind of in a protective stance, standing between the abominable Yeti and Dell.
Okay. And then there's one other, and then one that's like extra big.
The one that's extra big is the one that's just fucked them up.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to the extra big one.
All right.
Still on my horse.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then I'm going to.
The rest of you, as a rush of wind passes you, you're clopping of hooves, and the snow kind of that's beginning to form at the base of this area just veers up and goes into its fur as you go up.
I'm gonna draw my rapier.
All right.
And as I do, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And kind of this holy energy washes over me and gives me a little bit extra protection.
All right.
And then I'm gonna go and take one stab at the creature.
Go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. That's 22 to hit.
That will hit.
And then that does 5 damage.
All right.
And then I'll take another swing at it.
All right, go ahead.
That one's a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
And then that one does 4 damage.
All right. As you... as it also begins just roaring out at all of you, and once again, a just torrent of spewed innards comes out of its mouth as it screams.
And then I'd like to make sure that I'm standing within 5 feet of Alanon and Dell.
You got it. All right, is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right. End of your turn. Dell, you're up.
Hey, that's a death save.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
14.
14.
Hey.
So mark one success down. Also remember, keep your death saves.
Yeah.
All right. After Dell, Arthur, you're up.
Bonus action, I would like to rage.
All right.
I'm going to pull out my glaive and get behind Aestus. And I'm going to whack this motherfucker.
All right. So you get up right behind him and pull out the glaive and go in for a swing.
Reckless.
All right.
So I'll take the first one. That's 18 for the first attack.
That'll hit.
17. Okay, so that's 24 for the second attack.
Both of those hit.
Okay, I believe it's a D10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 11. 22 damage.
Woo! Nice. As you come in, just cut in with the glaive on top of its shoulder blades. You see it visibly is knocked down from this as it looks up at you with fury in its eyes.
Time to die, you big fucking ape.
All right. Is that all you have for your turn?
Yes, but he has disadvantage against everyone.
All right. Yeah. As at this point, you watch as that immediate roar changes from a horrifying screech to a dying down kind of mumble, as its eyes, all four of them, just kind of go wide for a second, as it seems to have a glint of fear. Ooh, that hurt. All right. At the end of it's Arthur's turn. It is the other two's turn. The first one is going to flank around to the right side of your party and start heading more towards the back area. Yeah, so definitely going to be going for... you guys are all up front. Yeah, he's going to go for Panzer.
What? Are we still near the cliff?
Yes.
Oh, buddy.
I did not like that look.
And
that you just
the other one... the other one's going to flank to the left and go for Alanon then. So, the first one, I need Panzer to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, save.
Good boy.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Natty 1.
Panzer, you take...
The big Nat 1.
You take 13 points of cold damage. And you feel your mechanisms begin to chill up and almost freeze shut as you are locked in place.
Put some anti-freeze on.
Seriously?
You're paralyzed. Alan, I
Oh,
need
no.
you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Set him on fire.
Is he like breathing on me or punching me or?
It's gazing at you.
Oh, that's nice.
You watch as all four of the eyes kind of fixate on you, and for a brief second that you are looking at them, you start to notice this sort of glint of icy blue energy flare up.
Are these inspired by the Wendigo?
I got a 14.
14? They begin to course over you, but you kind of shrug it off, and you're still chilled to the core, but you're able to move.
All right.
You take 16 points of cold damage halved to 8.
Yikes.
And now on both of you, they're going to make 2 claw attacks.
Yikes.
So
All 3 of them can do that?
yes. So
These are reskin Wendigos, dude.
Oh, but he is.
Yeah, he is. He's
So fun.
Is Alnon
Panzer, what's
dead?
your AC?
19.
So the first one misses.
What?
Please.
Real bad.
Please.
Second one does hit though.
Damn it.
So that is a crit.
Just paralyzed.
Yeah.
You're not raging, okay.
You take
I haven't gone yet.
you
So.
take 8 points of slashing damage,
Yeah, that's a bonus action range.
and then you take 4 points of cold damage. It's a really good crit. Alnon, you get 2 claws on you. The first one is a 25.
That'll hit.
All right. You take
Man, there's big nap plans coming through.
you take 5 points of slashing damage, and 6 points of cold damage.
First roll of the night.
And then the next claw attack is an 18.
That hits.
Right? You take 4 points of slashing damage and 2 points of cold damage. All right.
I ain't looking so good.
That ends their turn. As they charge up behind the flanks, you watch as they gaze into the eyes. You see Alanon kind of immediately sort of get this layer of frost over his whole body. As he kind of shrugs it off, you do see Panzer, however, the frost kind of overtakes him, and you see him kind of sitting there kind of like a statue with his maul at the ready. All right. At the end of their turn, Ezekiel, you're up.
All right.
Aestus, you're on deck.
I'm going to move over to Panzer.
Okay.
And I'm going to gaze back at them. Ooh. Gaze at one of them. So
Gaze for gaze. There's gaze all around here.
DC 15 charisma check.
Ooh. All right. So as that gazes into Panzer, you immediately kind of walk up slowly behind him and gaze right into the 4 eyes of this creature as it kind of looks back. That's a 4.
Woof.
As it kind of
Huge play.
Cool. All right.
Falls on the ground unconscious.
Arthur or Aestus, one of you get this thing over the edge.
I'm fighting a big fucking Yeti right now.
Yeah.
I'm also locked in.
Well, I'm not.
I can do it.
You fucking pansy,
All right,
yourself.
well, leave it there.
All
right.
So then I'm gonna take out my silver mirror and then get into a better position and sort of angle the tropical sun at the other smaller one in its eyes, but also keep the mirror up here so it at least can't see my eyes.
Oh, genius.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you begin pulling out the mirror so that you can start looking into the eyes without it directly looking
Wonderful.
at you. All right. So, is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, Asus, you're up.
All right. Believe it or not, I'm gonna take 2 swings at the big one.
Wow.
I know.
Go ahead.
I know.
The big one looks fairly hurt right now.
All right.
You do see it has been very bloodied by.
Natural 1.
All
It's my
right.
second one in a row.
I'm just gonna say.
You are totally thrown off guard by this creature as it's standing in front of you. Go for the first swing. With
Second
Naaman's-
swing is a 24.
And using Naaman's greatsword once again, the diamond encrusted blade.
Yep.
Curl up and go and hit it. Go ahead and roll damage.
That would be 13 points of slashing damage.
13 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
As it.
Kind DM, I was skipped. I'm sorry. I'm a 10.
Yeah, you are.
You rolled a 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I said that.
Sorry. You're good.
I just get to roll a save, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'll put you in right here.
Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Come on, baby. Come on.
All right. Is that your turn?
I think I want to rotate around.
Okay.
I know that leaves you a little exposed, and I apologize, but I think I want to rotate around closer to that one that's on the ground.
All right.
I don't
yeah.
want to leave. I don't want to leave.
Yeah, because now they're all kind of like overbearing you, kind of like in a pack situation where you guys are kind of been flanked around on the cliff, where the only way out is behind you. So yeah, you kind of like flank around to the unconscious one. Yeah, you're right.
Am I still in melee range of the
Yes.
biggin? Cool. That was that.
All right. You watch as it seems to try and sort of bat you away as you move, but you take your blade and just bat its arms away as you get right in between it and the unconscious one. All right, Panzer, could you give me a Constitution saving throw again?
I rolled, but do you want me to roll?
Yeah, I skipped a turn, so roll for me. Yeah.
Just take that. I got a disadvantage. 21.
21. Immediately, the ice shatters around you as you find yourself back and ready to get into the fray.
You see it.
All right. Also, you cannot be targeted by that again.
Oh, nice. Immune.
Nice. Found it. Immunity.
So,
that's literally one. Literally.
That's the end of all that. Back to the top of the round of initiative.
They're just nerfed weddings.
So,
rescanned.
First off, the larger one is going to look at all of you now in this area, and you watch as it. And you watch as this icy spray of breath emanates from its mouth in a blizzard-like cone. Not so much fastly, but slowly meanders its way right through you all, giving you all a very chilled feeling. I need everyone besides you. Who got knocked unconscious? Not you.
I'm on him, basically.
What?
I'm on, like, in front of him.
Yeah,
Del.
so you... Okay, so everyone besides Del, Ezekiel, and Astus. And D, because Dean moved out of that. All of you, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm assuming I have advantage because of danger sense.
That is with Dexterity saving throws.
What, is it a con?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
Which I do not have advantage.
All right.
High enough. Nope.
Rough.
17.
12. Okay.
17.
17.
17 for Jesper, 4 for the horse.
Oh no.
No, horsey.
All right.
10.
So, none of you.
10 for me.
None of you succeed.
17 doesn't.
17?
Yikes.
You all take 39 points of cold damage.
I'm down.
I have 1 health.
I have 1 HP.
I'm unconscious.
I'm unconscious.
All right.
Madness.
So since I went unconscious at the same time he went unconscious, do I notice him going unconscious and get madness?
Yeah, sure.
What?
How many?
Oh no, he's
If it's
unconscious
in the
too.
same round.
2 more, right?
39.
So how much do you get for going down?
Yo, that horse
Oh.
is dead.
If you go down, you get 2.
So I get 3.
Yes.
It's a tank, dog. It's a tank.
That horse does not
Raise
have
your
more
hand
than
if you went
39
down.
health.
Is the horse considered an ally?
Is the horse considered an ally?
Yes.
No.
To me.
It's
To
a
me, it
horse.
is.
Do you think we would go crazy
Zach
for
is,
seeing
Zach
his
is
horse
pushing
die?
me towards baritone with this.
It's a
2 madness.
Alright,
2 madness if you go down.
Oh,
So the horse instantly
It's
dies.
just those
So
you go
two that
down
go
you all
the
down.
watch
same
as
round.
you are on top of the horse. The horse immediately gives a quick whinny before it is encased in ice.
Because 1, 2.
Did you go down?
Can I cinematically try to hop off as my horse becomes encased in ice?
Sure thing. Yeah.
Okay, I try to hop off.
Right.
You're like, I don't really
Go
like
ahead
people
and
though.
make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay.
Takes 1 point of damage.
Isn't it a fake horse?
No, it's real.
It's fine.
Not really.
He found Steph.
9.
9. Yeah. So you take 1 point of damage. No. You kind of hop off. It's kind of it's far less graceful than you thought it would be. You kind of land on your back for a second. You immediately just come to your feet. Have your shield at the ready. Yeah. So that is its turn. It's its whole turn right there. I will say it looks very bloody right now. After that, Dean, you're up.
Light a flame.
All right.
Bitch boy.
All right, just a firebolt.
Dean, there's
Yeah,
3
oh, yeah.
people down. It
All
might
right.
be,
What do you want me to do?
Might be time to pull out
Pull
the
out the big boy spells?
Pull out the stops.
Go ahead and make your ranged spell attack.
23.
23. That'll hit.
Huge damage.
And go ahead and roll damage.
Huge damage incoming, ladies and gentlemen. Get your calculators out here.
I apologize to the viewers. 13 fire damage.
13 fire damage. As it lights up, it girls on it, and you see the flames kind of curl around it even more as it goes. It starts patting them out viciously, terrified of the flames engulfing it right now. You see as the rest of them that are the other one that's surrounding you that's not unconscious, immediately eyes go wide and kind of backs up a bit, and it seems to be terrified of what just happened. All right, is that your action? Is your action? You still have movement?
That's my action. I'll run away.
All right.
Not like all the way away.
Yeah,
just like,
so you make your way away from the rest
if
of the
that
party.
breath happens again, I'm not caught in that, you know?
Oh, yeah. All right, so that's your turn?
Yes, sir.
All right. End of your turn, Al-Anon. Natural 20.
Hopefully, game's easy. Nope, 6.
6. 1 failure.
We keep those.
All right.
Yep.
Jesper, you're up.
Okay, so, Al-Anon is unconscious right next to me.
Yes.
And
Dell.
Dell is as well.
Collapsed on my body.
Yeah. Both of them are kind of like in a heap right now on top of each other.
All right.
Body pile.
We got our corpse pile ready.
It kind of looks like a dog pile.
We have the clip too. It's easy.
I'll look at Dell and I'll do lay on hands for Dell.
Okay.
I'll put my hand on him and sort of surge some energy through him, kind of restart him a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll give him 15 hit points.
All right.
Grab that in.
So you're kind of immediately brought back from whatever darkness that you currently were in and brought back to consciousness. You see a unconscious Yeti to the left of you, and in front of you, you see the large one currently trying to pat itself out of flames, freaking out, and the one to its left immediately kind of like starting to come back a bit, sort of scared by the fire.
And that's my turn.
All right. All right. After Jesper, Dell, you're up.
Also, he's a
Okay, so with natural weapons, they last an hour, or if dispelled with disarmed or relinquished. Does that also count if it's unconscious?
I'd say you still have your weapon.
Sweet. Am I right next to any of them, or am I?
You are right next to the big one.
Okay.
Prone, so you might want to stand up.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up.
All right.
And I get disadvantage no matter who I try to attack, right?
Yeah. You're attacking with range.
Or
yes, if you're attacking with ranged, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because you got a big guy on you.
Screw it. I'm shooting him.
Do it.
All
Go
right.
for it, buddy.
Yeah.
He's one hit.
Go for it, good buddy. He's one hit.
First hit.
Broke his armor.
That's not looking good. That'd be a 14.
14 misses.
Okay. Second hit.
He's tank. AC's 15.
That's
Okay, power gamer.
A 15 hit before. I'm just saying.
16.
16 to hit. That'll hit.
All right. Okay.
As it's kind of an arrow sinks right into the middle of his chest, but the first one misses as you're too caught off guard from your unconsciousness.
With all of our corpses, is it considered rough terrain for him?
Body is skewed everywhere.
No.
Damn it. All right.
It's large enough that it doesn't matter.
That's a stretch.
7 points of piercing damage.
All right. Is it?
It's easy. Let's kill this bitch.
All right. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, Arthur, you're up.
Let's swing at this bad boy.
All right.
I have 1 health, so I look hurt.
You're all encased in some aspect of ice right now.
I'm going to reckless this motherfucker.
I'm on top.
You're currently shivering from the cold, and yeah,
Those rolls are pretty good. So that's 26 for the first attack.
that'll hit.
And a 16 for the next one.
That'll hit.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage. Barbarians, dude.
14 plus 12. 26 damage.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Yay!
I was just saying, I thought you looked down for a minute. I thought you were like, gonna be like, oh, he's so close.
Oh, good try, guys.
So I take this glaive and like I've been just nailing on it down his collarbone. I just first one down, and I get up closer and just fucking keep slicing this bitch all the way fucking down.
All right. So you all watch as Arthur immediately, body encased in ice, lets loose a roar, where immediately, almost kind of like using a pole vault into its clavicle. It stabs into it as he hoists his way up with his upper body strength. As it lashes out, Arthur comes to the top of it, and finally, as you finally come up, you take your feet into both of the sides that jut off of the pole of the main of your main weapon. As you just take both your feet, slam them into where the guard meets the glaive, and it goes further in. You feel your feet almost crunch through clavicle and into the actual body of the creature, as it and topples over. As the rest of its remains out of its shoulder begins spilling out like a freshly cracked potion.
I just pogo stick that bitch to death.
All right. Nice turn. You still have movement?
I have movement. I'm moving away from the fight because all
right.
No, I'm moving toward the unconscious Yeti.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The sleeping one?
Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. It's the regular Yeti's turns. The first one is going to remake its charisma check. -1. Woo!
That boy's sleeping.
And the other one is going to begin running away.
It'd be like that.
It flees.
Kill that bitch.
Is that the big one or the small one?
The big one's dead. The big one's definitely dead.
Okay. One's little, one's sleeping, and one.
Did that provoke?
You're just firing bolts at it.
Oh yeah.
It hasn't been touched yet, but we'll say as it begins running away, you just begin hurling bolts of fire at it. All the while, it seems to be dodging. You see as it puts its like head down as it goes underneath a branch, and it keeps like looking back frantically out of fear. Yeah. Nice job.
I'm going to. I'm assuming we're out of combat.
Yes.
I'm just going to roll the other Yeti off the cliff.
All right.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
I'll help him.
I'm gonna watch.
Raging.
Still
so
raging.
Should I roll?
I'll still help him.
I'll help those who are
they're not doing anything,
unconscious.
so yeah.
that's a 19.
Oh, wait. I'll help the unconscious people. That was a mistake.
Okay. Thank you, because if not, I was going to have them make another death save.
19.
19?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just... And it just... You never hear it splash, but you do see it hit what seems to be a little bit of rock at the bottom.
Yes.
And as it kind of tumbles down that small slope, almost like putting a marble down
Does it wake
a
up
wooden
before it
chute.
hits?
Fuck yeah.
As it just
Sleep for an hour.
and goes into the water below.
Then it wakes up.
Well, it's gonna get
All right,
Okay,
give me
so-
a
I
medicine
would
check.
assume.
I'll go for
Rapier
Alan.
sheets, and then Alanon's the only one down, right?
No.
No, I'm
Panzer.
down.
Oh.
Panzer.
Your favorite guy.
You go
I'll
for
go
Panzer.
to Panzer. I'll pop open my little medicine kit.
All right.
I'll take out a bandage.
All right.
There's some like steam or something coming out of somewhere.
And I'll just.
You
I
watch
have a
this
s-
like...
I have a sticky bandage, duct tape, and I just start wrapping him with it.
All right, you see as like steam seems to be coming out of some part of his back.
That's
something,
not good.
Some part of his wood. But you watch as the steam comes out. It seems to be freezing immediately at the top, and it's kind of just molding over.
My baby.
All right, go ahead and make your medicine.
So I use my action with my healer's kit and he's stabilized.
There you go, and you stabilize him. You watch as you kind of like patch it up a bit, and it seems to sort of sinks itself away as he seems stabilized.
I'm going to attempt to stabilize Alanon with my.
Can I aid him in this?
Hold on. Let me see the order of initiative here. No.
Okay.
10.
Oh.
That's what I
just
needed.
immediately, your fingertips are freezing and it's hard to bend them right now. It's weird because a moment ago it wasn't this cold, but after what just happened in the area, it's freezing. You try and bend your fingertips, and eventually you finally just enough bandage and wrap his wounds around cleanly.
Here you go, buddy. I'll give you a nice. Be a nice 2 hours before you're awake. That's what it is, right? 1d4 hours?
No,
No, it's just,
they come back after an hour.
Just now.
Oh.
Unless you're Ezekiel.
Oh, I thought it was 1d4.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, stream.
So,
Dad, won't you help me skin this Yeti? It's bloody
bleeding.
could be potentially helpful for us. If it's magical anyway.
you start to get an idea of what those wolves in the distance were running from.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Yeti.
Do I know anything about these guys?
Give me a nature check.
Sure thing.
Maybe we should rest a moment.
11.
11?
I feel fine.
Fairly, not so much. You do know that they exist in northern regions, ice cold areas. You know that they are actually intelligent creatures, however, still considered monstrosities, and that to see one that large that you fought is something usually not seen. You know that is an unusual one amongst them. Probably the prime leader of their pack, you would think. Because as they are not animals, they have instincts pretty much akin to a very basic human.
Got it. Sure.
I guess we're going to attempt to skin this bitch.
But you do think from just your basic knowledge that their furs would be very warm.
Let's maybe just like rest here for a while. I think we're all not looking great.
No, yeah, I agree.
If you guys want to rest, I can actually skin it. I feel fine.
I feel great. I also feel fine.
I can barely move my
some
body.
high knees.
My whole body is like frozen.
I was virtually untouched in that, so
I agree.
I will begin to skin.
Me and Al-Anon are just
I'm going to.
It's like
I'm going to rest, but I'm also going to like point it, like make sure you do this right, and don't fuck it up.
Go with the grain.
All right. You use some of the knowledge you picked up during your time in Lorak to aid him in his ventures. So give me a wisdom survival check, Aestus. And then with advantage, so because he was helping you. All right. And the rest of you taking a short rest.
Oh,
Yeah, natural 20.
oh, baby.
You've your time you have worked with several meats and you're used to skinning creatures. This one,
Somebody call me a meat man.
because aren't you proficient in cook's utensils?
Are you a baker?
I'm sorry?
Aren't you proficient in cook's?
I am indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you use your culinary knowledge and treat this no more as you would a deer. Very easily skin it, and you feel like the meat would actually be fairly tasty. As a side note, but you also managed to get all of its fur cleanly off. It kind of looks disgusting when you look at it without its fur, as it's just a hunk of meat on the body. You kind of have to cut around the legs a bit and lose some fur there, but very cleanly you get all of it, and you feel like this creature, you could probably, if you spend some time, make some patchwork cloths for everyone in the party.
Oh shit.
Basically a support now.
Art's eyes magic.
Which actually you would have extra because one of your party members don't need it.
Do we...
Two of your party members don't need it. You have plenty.
Do I need?
Do we want to use this meat, or should I just kind of...
Three of your party members do.
What?
I would eat the meat.
I would eat it as well. I just wanted to check before I push him off the cliff.
I wish I would eat the meat.
I've been trying
And
not
I'm
to
also
eat meat
gonna
lately.
just fucking punch its teeth out. Like I want its fangs in particular because they're like big as shit, right?
All right, yeah, so...
You just cut him out.
Make a strength check.
I'm already halfway through this punch.
Make a strength check.
Mid-punch.
That's not that great. That's what, like a 13?
13. It takes you a while.
14, sorry.
It takes you a while, but it does...
Oh, what? Oh, just a strength check. I did athletics, sorry.
Like you always do.
Yeah, I keep doing that.
What's the total?
10.
Thank you. It takes you a while. It takes you a while, but you do manage after the entirety of your short rest.
Yeah.
Like using that as your downtime activity, I'll say, is punching Yeti teeth.
Fucking brutal.
It's hard for you to because you're so cold, and each time you
My
punch,
hands.
you're kind of powering through. Honestly,
I'm just gonna use a knife eventually.
yeah.
I'm
After
like,
a
fuck
bit, you're
this.
kind of just like, whatever, and you start using a knife as Ace had told you to.
You were trying to be cool.
I didn't want to do it because you said so.
You were just trying to be stubborn?
Yeah.
All right.
I saw how well you did it, and I was like, fuck you, I can do better.
So
I'll just keep a lookout.
So you guys, take your short rest.
It takes an hour for us to wake up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What? Can we roll some hit dice here?
Yeah. So go ahead, roll hit dice.
Fucking one hit roll.
Damn it!
Short rest.
Double ones.
And your allies will come to consciousness.
Am I still taking a short rest even though you did an activity the whole time?
You can only wish.
I think that was a pretty strenuous activity.
That could count. I mean, you're full everything, right?
Full with
I'm fine.
one hit die left.
Yeah, so it doesn't
I lost
matter.
5 health.
Did we?
I mean, if you want, I could.
No.
Okay.
Did we rest long enough for us to?
Yeah, at the end of their short rest, you guys will come back to consciousness.
Are we gonna short rest after that again, so we can actually heal something?
If you guys want, that's up to you.
Oh, so we're at 1 health still.
Yeah.
Oh.
After you guys complete your short rest, I believe you said you wanted to keep watch.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Whilst I arcane recovery, of course.
Yeah.
My perception check is a 13.
13 total?
Yes.
You don't seem to really see anything.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary. You don't see any more of those wolves that came by. It seems that whatever path these creatures had made was pretty much giving all other animals a wide berth.
Okay.
So, all right. Are you guys doing another short rest though?
As I wake up, and I'm at 1 health and clearly in terrible shape, I say, looks like everyone could go on, but Al-Anon, you look like you're a bit hurt. Maybe in a
Just a little cold.
Maybe we should just rest a bit first so Al-Anon can warm up.
You want some yeti meat?
We have some fur. Wait.
Yeah, actually, can I start cooking some?
I think he wants the fur.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll start cooking some. I'll start cooking some yeti
Use
meat.
your Constitution.
Constitution.
What?
Plus
If it matters, I think they are intelligent.
13 total. Tastes pretty damn good. It's kind of hearty, but with some help from seasoning and some really well done cooking.
Is this your seasoning? So just really spicy, or
This is
just only
Aestus's
sriracha.
seasoning. Whatever Aestus decides.
A little bit of that rock salt.
Little rock salt. So yeah, you guys go ahead, have some yeti meat during your short rest as well.
I would also like to salt some other like meat slabs and store them.
All right, yeah, they seem to be pretty. You feel like they're going to be preserved very well. As you're like feeling them, they have like a natural kind of cold essence to them. So yeah.
During these breaks, would I have enough? Well, I mean, I'm assuming so. Go down and peek into the cave myself.
Yeah,
Spider
you guys are spending 2 hours doing this.
I'm
yeah,
gonna do that.
Yeah, so you go on down. As you look down, you have 120 feet of dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you walk your way on down the cliff with your spider climbing. As you do, you finally get to the end, and you look 120 feet in. You can see the whole cave.
Nice.
It seems to continue that berth for a while, but you do notice it starts to slowly shrink into a smaller tunnel.
Okay.
Until it goes past your dark vision and you can't see anymore.
Okay.
It does seem to go fairly deep.
Okay. Is the river narrow too?
Yeah, the river. Yeah, it seems to narrow a bit as well. And you actually do, I guess you would see this. At the very end, you start to see an incline and it leads to what seems to be like sand or rock.
Okay. That's like right at the end of the field of vision?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to go back up.
All right.
And just, yeah.
All right. So the rest of you guys have some good yeti meat to eat and rest your way through a very Nova burst encounter.
you ever eat Noel?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone else ever eat Noel before?
No.
No. No is probably horrendous though.
No,
Probably just
I
like
never had one.
tastes like fleas.
No, they're maggots.
Maggots?
Yes.
So are you trying to argue that they're good?
I was wondering if you ever had before.
What is your opinion on them? And no, I've never had it.
I mean, it's not great. But if you're starting
Why did you eat Noel?
out in the desert, there's only things left, so.
Yeah, no, I never plan to. I appreciate it.
If you were starving, you know.
Yeah, I don't ever plan to be starving though. So I don't plan.
No
to
one
eat
plans on being starving.
I'm not saying anyone does. I'm just saying I do not plan to ever eat Noel.
What's the weirdest
Okay,
thing?
well, what if you're on an island and there's nothing to eat but Noel?
So I just have to. Are they all dead already, or
Say when you kill one, I don't know, they're dead yet.
well, how am I going to preserve them? I would die after a while, regardless.
Oh my god.
Would you eat them though? Say there's a wizard cast.
Is there nothing else there?
Nothing. Just sand and
no
Noel.
fish.
No.
I guess I
Sand
have to eat the
and
Knolls
Noel.
then. I guess I eat Knolls.
There we go.
So what did we accomplish?
I don't know what you want from me here.
Anyways.
I was wondering if you would need to know. I don't know.
I'm not going to choose to die.
Are you just trying to flex on, like, you've eaten the nastiest thing or something? Like,
I was wondering if everyone ever had it.
Alanon, my middle-aged friend, how are you feeling?
Did you just call him
A
old?
little better. I don't know why you call me.
What does his age have to do about it?
We have a nice trainee kind of thing going on.
What?
He has my back.
You're training him?
No, he's training me.
What's he training you to do?
How to live in this world.
What?
This is something I missed out on.
When did this start?
It's been happening.
What has he been doing?
He's there for mental support mostly.
I had to talk with him, helped him go through.
What did you talk about?
Nothing. Anyways, how are you feeling? Back to my original question.
A little better. We'll see.
Okay.
The dice rolls. But
Well, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
As soon as we can.
Here, have some food.
Dean, am I being replaced?
No. What do you mean? I'm older than you are. What do you mean?
No, I'm just talking about as a friend.
No, nobody could ever place the friendship we have. Aces?
You mean like knowing each other for like 3 months longer than the rest of them?
Yeah. We've been through a lot. We went through the desert like you did. We didn't have to eat any gnolls.
It's true, we did
the
not.
desert you went through is not the same desert that I went through.
Yeah, it might be.
It is not.
How do you know? You don't know what desert we went through.
Which desert did you go through?
Which one did we go through?
We went through the Whistling Dunes.
Oh, that sounds very nice. I went to the fucking thrashing desert. I was a walk in the park. I had to eat my camel and drink its blood.
Comparatively, yes.
Fucking pansies.
Wow, you went through a tougher spot. Ooh.
Wow.
No one can have a tough problem.
Your life is
Thanks,
because
hey,
I had it worse.
hey, thanks for shitting on everyone else's problems, man.
Yeah, other people have
Keep it a
issues
grip.
too.
Keep it a grip.
That's right.
What's the desert like?
Hot.
That would be
Right.
nice right now.
And people try to kill you a lot of times. Because they hate the desert. No one in the desert's happy, so most likely you see someone in the desert, they're going to try to kill you. I should have told us about that when those fucking robots gonna happen.
What?
The Forge Guard.
All right, yeah, we should have expected that.
Yeah.
Yeah, desert.
Desert people there
Yeah.
probably try to kill you
Yeah.
or steal you. Like
I'm definitely not gonna like offer you water or anything.
Why would they? It's the desert.
Exactly.
That's water.
Well, they're robots.
Wait,
they don't
you,
need
you
it.
fought
Wait.
Forge Guard, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah, but they weren't like you. They tried to steal people.
they were bad Forge Guard.
Yeah, you're a good guy.
Panzer?
Do I know what Forge Guard are? Do I know what Forge Guard are?
You are one, aren't you?
Give me
He's
just a straight up
born.
intelligence check.
I think they're this kind of same thing.
Straight up.
Big 11.
Big 11.
Yikes.
It's nothing too bad because you're pretty well ingrained with your own history of of the things that have made you.
Yeah.
You know that the Forge Guard were the special, kind of like special edition versions of these constructs. They were far later than you, far later than you. That were replicas. They weren't originals. That were sent over to Shone and to work as militarized robots, specifically only for militarization.
Damn.
Yeah, we came across some. They weren't very smart.
Yeah, we beat them.
Nothing special. I don't hold it against you. I'm not a bad robot. They're bad robots.
Insight.
I will double down on that.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll
All right.
deception.
As I am proficient in
I'm
this.
gonna go ahead and roll my deception check.
Yeah.
16.
Wait, hold on. 13.
13.
3.
Are you bad? Are you a bad robot?
I don't know. Am I? Who knows?
You do. That's why they incited you.
You get the feeling that I don't think I'm lying.
Okay.
Yeah. To my own perception.
What does that mean?
I will say there is a inkling, very faint inkling of something in his voice.
Bad robot. Bad robot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
What? Where's Will Smith when you need him? This is iRobot. Jesus.
Almost as if a query into one's own belief.
Am I a bad robot?
Aren't we all bad people on the inside?
I'll give him a quizzical look, but I'll keep it to myself.
Okay.
No. I didn't catch anything.
No, you did.
Yeah, he rolled.
I was like, I rolled 13. I just want to see, am I still in the dark?
No, you
would have
you get an inkling that there's something about
a little tidbit.
Yeah,
There's something about.
I'll glance at Aces.
That panzer.
That's some pillow talk right there.
So you eventually make your way back up.
Oh. Yeah.
And
He finds us all wrapped in these furs, just.
They're still bloody.
Yeah, they're
still bloody.
That's
no,
disgusting.
you would have cleaned them off.
Oh, okay.
With
But
what?
they're not like
the tan.
Yeah, right.
yet. So they're like raw.
They're still
That's,
warm.
okay, that's a good point. I was gonna say you kind of just like the best thing you can pretty much do is kind of like wipe them off in the snow.
So there's just blood-soaked
What if-
snow everywhere.
What if I use?
There's blood-soaked snow everywhere right now.
What if I kind of tried to hang them up a little bit and like lit a fire next to them, just try to dry them out?
Yeah, over the course of the whole. Yeah, I would definitely.
Are we stopping here? For
I
the
mean,
evening,
you would have been able to do that over the course of like an hour and a half.
Okay.
So they would have gotten not disgustingly.
Okay. Yeah, I will just include that.
Still kind of gross.
I'll throw firebolts at it and blow it out quickly after.
What's he doing?
It's about.
So you're hitting the, are you hitting the skin?
The skin's gonna like damage.
Because the fireball kind of
It's
explodes
over noon. You're not sure what time, but it's definitely past noon, but not.
It's like using a shotgun.
Over noon, not afternoon.
Yeah. Over noon. Afternoon. Yeah.
So who has the map?
What's the map?
The map of the world.
Map of the world.
Not
Dean
that.
he's
Okay.
the bookkeeper guy.
Let me see that for a second.
The book, not the map.
Get it out. I'm gonna. So just to mark on the cave, because this might be where the piece is, I went down, scouted, saw that there was at the back. It narrowed down, and there was also somewhat of a beach, if we happen to need to come back. So just marking it.
Was there a ship down there?
I did not see a ship, but I did not see the whole end of the cave.
So there could potentially just be a small bit of sand leading up to the wall and nothing else.
Yes.
It's possible.
Well, he did say you saw like a continuation. He did say you saw a continuation, right? This is out of game.
Into darkness.
Yes.
Oh, that's our cue. Let's
Is it starting to get dark?
No, you still hear those wolves in the distance.
Should we? Let's head down into the cave. I think.
We have to backtrack that, correct?
I feel warmed up. I don't know about
Can we
Al-Anon.
flag him?
I feel toasty.
Just carry us all down.
If we are set on this path,
I'm feeling better. I think I'm not at 100%, but I'm ready to move.
It takes me like over a minute to get down and back. Or over 2 minutes to get down and back.
Dean, you begin seeing the wolves running the opposite.
Oh my
the
god.
the direction back this
These
time.
wolves are
like
just-
the same way they
they're coming
came.
back?
These poor
The same way they
wolves.
came, they're running the back.
What is
way.
that? Oh god.
Back
They're
towards
really
us.
low on
It's gotta
They're
suck.
really good endurance runners.
It's gotta suck to be the natural, like the
Yes.
native races, like
It
species
does.
here, and just get chased around by shit you've never seen before all the time.
And you have no way of beating. Like,
Okay.
no
Yeah,
chance.
exactly. It's just like
do I see these
How do they
wolves?
survive?
I have
Yes.
no idea.
Am I able to identify them as normal wolves?
Go ahead and give me a nature check
Okay.
with advantage.
Huge roll right here. Biggest roll of the night.
No more
Are
wolves.
they wolves?
That's a 22.
Yes!
22.
Fuck yeah.
Tell me about them wolves.
These aren't regular wolves. They're actually from your homeland.
Okay.
You've seen them a lot in the tundra. You know them as winter wolves.
And I know them to be friendly to me.
as in like the special ones that kind of like.
You know
Crazy
that they exist sort of north, kind of in the same region that you would live in.
Okay.
Back in Seoul. You know that they are known to be able to breathe ice out of their mouths. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I know that they would be friendly to me?
No.
Okay.
You know they're not a typical beast.
Let's go down the way we came from.
Yeah, I think it's best to retrace our steps.
It may take a while, but
if we are set on exploring
I think
the
we're
cave,
better
we can do
off.
the same thing we did for the Rock's Nest.
Oh, the spiders?
Is there a shaking sound?
Oh yeah.
You hear a shaking, like tremors in the distance.
Oh fuck! Let's get out of
Make
here.
up your mind.
Let's go right now. What? Let's go. Let's start walking.
Let's roll. Yeah, we'll start walking.
R.I.P. horse.
Keep an eye on what's coming from that direction.
Going back down.
Yeah. Are the wolves coming at us, or are they taking like a different path?
They're running. They're frantically running.
Are they running up or down?
Down.
Okay, we're going down as
I
well.
suggest we also start running down.
They're fleeing that
Heavily suggested.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Alright, we start making our way back down along the shore.
All right. You guys begin sauntering your way down. You hear heavy footfalls growing louder.
We did
actually.
leave a pile of meat there, right?
Oh no.
From the giant Yeti.
You wouldn't have been able
I
to get
definitely didn't take a
all of
lot.
it. Yeah.
Right.
I did because that's
good.
like
It'll
I
distract
think hundreds of
them.
pounds.
that's like hundreds and hundreds of
All
pounds
right.
of meat.
Are you guys
right?
just
So-
straight up running?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're booking it.
All right. So you guys begin booking it. You start to hear like the tremors kind of at a distance, kind of slowly not dying, but slowly getting louder as you guys are booking it down, until eventually they kind of stop.
Do we see what it was?
You wanna look
I'm
back?
definitely taking a peek back.
a quick look.
Yeah, like to see what it is.
All right. Just give me a straight up perception check then.
Quick look, quick look.
Quick little
That's been good.
snapshot.
20.
20. You see. You haven't seen it yet, but you see a large head over the treetops, sort of moving its way, sort of fastly through the mountain area, until it finally comes and stops for a second, and you watch as like the neck goes all the way down, presumably at where that Yeti was with you guys.
What kind of head? Reptilian?
It looks reptilian. It's like you don't see a body or anything. You just see a long neck.
Is it a Bahir again?
Looking up, like a gigantic neck looking up, and
Nope, worse.
looking out.
There definitely is not a bit here because we've seen one of them before, right?
Yeah, no. It's like you don't see a body. You just see a large neck
It's the giant snake I
and like a
detected.
huge head, just kind of looking out a bit, and then kind of cranes down a bit.
Dinosaur.
Does it stick its tongue out?
And then you look up. It makes its head up again, and you see a shape on top of its head at this point.
Mother.
Is somebody riding this thing?
Is there like a figure on that?
You see a shape on top of the head at this point, and you see the head is turning around.
Guys, something's on that. Something's on that thing behind us.
What's it look like?
I don't know. It's a fawn or something. I don't know. Let's just keep running. I don't want to try to dust it.
We got to rest off. We can heal, right? Our short
Yeah,
rest.
you guys had a short rest.
Yeah.
So,
Hit dice. Hit dice.
Low sensitivity mics,
so
viewers. I
we-
apologize
so-
for my shitty sound quality.
as you guys begin running, you hear the tremors once again picking up.
No, God.
And slowly making their way towards you. Once again.
I wish I still had my horse.
Okay.
And it begins. Those of you with normal movement speeds, it begins gaining on you. The rest of you, if you choose to move faster, you feel like you can move faster.
Booking it.
You're booking it? Yeah.
Okay, while this is happening, I better mage armor.
Okay.
Haven't done it yet.
I'm gonna play Vanguard here and kind of like run a little bit ahead, but not so far that I can't see them.
All right. So you guys begin making your way down further and further. Eventually, it's moving faster than those of you with normal speed. So
if
you
it's-
guys begin.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but if it's catching up to us, can we start to see the form that's on top a little more clearly?
Yeah. You see what seems to be a small humanoid form on top.
Yeah, that's him. Okay,
you see
cool.
you see what seems to be like a tiny wooden chair on top of its head, sort of wrapped around the head, and you see a small human form standing on top of it with a large, what seems to be tube up to its eye, looking in the distance.
Does he look well dressed or is he like
Wait.
caveman?
In the distance,
You
not at
can't-
us?
You can't tell. What?
In the distance, not at us?
These guys yabba dabba doing
No,
it
no,
way towards us.
looking in your direction.
Okay.
You can't really make out the details of the figure, but
30.
so it begins. It's gaining on the rest of you with regular movement. What are you guys doing?
How big is this thing compared to like a tree or something like that?
Its head is above, because you guys are at this point when this is happening. Actually, no, you're still kind of in the mountain area. It's you don't. There's no really trees around.
Oh, okay.
But it's You get
we're talking like 5 feet diameter.
It's how long its neck is?
Or no, yeah, like how thick its neck is.
Oh, it looks very thick. You can't really get a good...
Like as big as the Kraken tentacle?
Probably.
Oh, shit.
Probably.
I'm summoning up 3 dire wolves.
Summon up 3 dire wolves?
And hopping on one of them.
Okay.
I think we should just stop. I think we should stop running.
I mean, if it's Hamgen, we might be here for us.
You get a better
he might just want to talk
glimpse
to us.
as it gets closer and closer. You do see on its back, it seems to have what seems to be like a huge crate, almost kind of the size of a small cabin, like a small house on top of
This dude lives on here, dude.
He's got a mobile home. He is yabba dabbing doing his way.
He straight up is. Oh my god. This dude's Fred
and
Flintstone.
It begins gaining on you. And at this point, finally, you hear, "Hey, wait up! Stop moving!
I'm gonna slow down.
Wait!" You
Stop.
hear it very faintly in the distance.
Stop. Hands up.
Hands up! Don't.
Hands up.
Let me
Don't
see them
punch.
hands.
Put your hands up, funny. He's like, yeah. You see him tap the thing below him and mutter something, and it kind of slows down a bit. You hear what sounds like pots and pans and all other metallic objects inside of that hut just moving around like frantically.
Plates crashing and just...
And it eventually comes to a stop, and you see finally in front of you this megalithic form of a reptilian sort of creature. The head finally makes its way down towards you. As it slowly does, you start to see the figure adorned in what seem to be pants ripped up at where the knees meet. A open vest with a incredibly brown curly chest of hair going down into sort of a happy trail. You see a large curly Q brown mustache on the small halfling form. As it looks up, bald head, he comes down and you see very hairy forearms as well, and perhaps the strongest looking halfling any of you have ever seen.
Really, even stronger than that one zealot guy?
He was, yeah.
He had to climb Mount Doom carrying Frodo, so of course he's got big old big old legs.
For those who will understand this reference, that is straight up halfling Saxton Hale.
He's got a
Saxton Hale!
Anyway,
why didn't he punch those Yetis to death for us?
Because they're his pets.
We're getting there. He comes down. The whole head of the creature makes its way finally down, and you see him standing there, his chest puffed out a bit. Well, hello there, other humanoids. I am Hamgen, and welcome to my island and park.
Oh, shit.
It's been a while. Please tell me if I'm hallucinating, because I really hope I'm not, because it's been lonely for quite a while.
Is he eyeing someone?
Anyway, why are you here?
Oh.
We're here to retrieve something.
Oh, what? I can help you. Imaginations?
What?
No,
Yeah,
we're
we're real.
Yes.
We're getting
Here, come here. Look, shake my head.
Don't worry, I've seen plenty of you real people, and he grabs your hand, and it's tight. It's very tight. It kind of squeezed you a bit. I've seen plenty of you real people everywhere.
Yeah,
Isn't that
okay.
right, Marcus? The whole thing kind of just... The head kind of leans down and picks up a clump of bush and...
Thank God.
I thought so too.
God.
We're looking for the osprey.
The osprey. Well, we have plenty of those. Which kind are you looking for?
The
we
ship.
have some that are a phoenix variety.
No.
We can
No,
also
no,
help
no,
you
no,
find
no, no,
some
no,
that
no.
can dive deep into
It's a
the
boat.
water.
A boat.
Semi-amphibian.
It's a boat.
Oh, we can show you everything in Hamgen's Park. I'm sure that you got my memos across all of Keat.
Oh, yeah, of course we did.
The little gnome tablet ones.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I would be more than happy to show you around. Apologies, though. Ever since the whole crack in the sky happened, we've been having some troubles here at the park. You see, there's been a bit of an issue. The lot of my creatures that I rustled up and brought in for people to look at kind of all escaped, or most of them rather. So I'm trying to get them. I see you killed one of my main exhibits back there, so that was a good one. You're gonna have to pay up. I'm apologizing, but man's gotta still make money in this drastic world. So
It tried to kill us.
It was self-defense.
Yes, and you killed it instead of subduing it and bringing it back unconscious.
Where would we have brought it? We had no clue.
We could give you the first.
Well, I apologize, but it was my property. So,
Where's the certificate?
Where's my certificate? I'll be happy to show you back at my park.
He's got paperwork. We can't compete with this.
Have you by chance seen a destroyed ship with a very interesting sail on it? Probably broken in half in a cave.
Now that you mention it, apparition, I do think I have seen one.
All right, how about we pay you for the abominable Yeti, and then you take us there?
Of course. Every time I bring my friends, though, Lucy doesn't like it, so...
Lucy?
Yes.
Lucy.
My most prized possession. She got out and found her way down into the waters beneath.
What kind of creature we talking about?
You already know. You've been down there.
What? No.
No, we haven't. What?
Yes, you have. I bring down all the apparitions every day.
Yeah,
Show
we
them the
did.
whole park every single time.
We're new apparitions. We haven't been there
Really?
yet.
I think I've seen you before.
No, that was my brother probably.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Brother, what was he manufactured on the same line?
He's like at 400, brother. You know?
17.
Shows a supply chain.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. That one scratch on your right cheek, it's a little different. You must be the rabble-rouser. Well then, apparitions. Would you like to follow me to Hamgen's Park?
Of course.
Yes.
I'll lead you safety. Hey, Bill, would you let him inside? And he turns to the creature once again.
They called it
different name?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Lucy and then.
No, Lucy's back.
What's
That's
his
Marcus.
I feel like he's constantly trying to sell us.
Hamgen is batshit insane.
He eventually leads you to the entity known as Bill, right now. And he's like, oh, go take a seat in any of the chairs inside, and I'll be up top. Just let me know if you need something. Ring that little bell. It'll be above the door, and after that, you know, we'll see how things go. All right, so hop on in. He opens the door for you guys around the back. As he does, you see any chairs that used to be there are now shattered wood. You see tousled plates. You see what seems to be the remnants of a fireplace at one point. However, when you first came into this small little wooden hut type thing on top of this creature, you didn't see a chimney. So it's ramshackled. Go have a nice seat inside. We'll go a slow and easy journey back to Hamgen's Park.
I stay on the ground on a direwolf.
All right. All right. Well, you're more than welcome. How'd you do that little trick, by the way? Those don't look real. Can I have them?
Never.
Never? I'd be willing to pay you a very hefty sum of money, as well as giving you free access to Hamgen's Park. No one can toss that up. I'll even put your name down in the Founder's Stone. No? All right, you're a tough apparition, but trust me, they all crack someday, mainly because I think I force them to. Maybe that's just my mind doing tricks. I don't know anymore. It's been a while since I've seen people.
Do you know how long?
What?
Do you know how long it's been since you saw someone real?
Well, I see apparitions all the time, but you all are breathing. So, that's a difference. I'm kind of confused, actually. You're not breathing, though, but he's made of metal. So he probably doesn't breathe. He's not breathing either. Hey, how would you be willing to work a live show?
Me?
Yes, you metal man. I feel a lot of people would come a long ways to see a metal person work.
Is room and board included?
Make a persuasion check.
I was manager.
You get the feeling throughout the course of this conversation as well, he doesn't seem to be fully there.
He's your pimp.
18.
Yours who are-
18 total? You drive a hard bargain. What's your name?
Dean.
Dean, I'm going to call you Charlie. Charlie, you strike a hard bargain. All right. It's a deal. Room and board, and I'll give you a hefty sum of the profits from Hamgen's Park. Sound like a deal?
Yes, does sound like a deal.
A very hefty sum. Very.
How can I argue with that? All right, let's get you a tour of the place, shall we? All right, Bethany, get me up there. He gets on top of the head of the creature, lets you all in, and you begin heading on your way. Now, we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and after that, we'll come back. And yeah, see you guys soon.
Sweet.
Woo! Woo!
D&D.
Hamgan, you mad?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We've come back from our quick break, and where we last left off, the man known as Hamgan was bringing them along a ride with a various named creature, long-necked and reptilian in nature. You guys begin traveling your way in this ramshackled home that kind of lurches back and forth, not at all to the degree that it used to be. But is there anything you would like to do while in here?
Is there anything of value?
Not really. It's very dark, even, and you kind of all are just being jostled around in here slowly back and forth.
Just hold on tight, really.
Yeah. So you guys hang on tight for, as you saw before, it didn't seem it was too tight on, but it definitely seems to work in some capacity. As you continue on your way, you guys travel for a longer period of time, about an hour, actually, until finally you feel the whole thing stop. And a knock is on the door. Hello, is anyone home?
Yes.
Oh, can I come in?
It is your house, so yes.
Oh, this is a nice home you have here. Very nice indeed.
Thank you.
Anyway, hello. I just saw you happened upon your house outside of my park and just wondered I'd like to let the neighbors know that I have a park here, and you're more than welcome to come check it out if you want.
Thank you.
We would love to.
Yeah.
We'd love to see it. Very appreciative.
Well, sure thing. Would you like to see the main exhibit first? It's my favorite.
Which is the main exhibit?
I want to see your favorite exhibit first.
Oh. All right. Well, make a persuasion check.
Isn't that the one he wanted us to go to anyway?
That is Lucy, correct?
Oh, you know of Lucy.
Yeah,
Make your persuasion check with advantage.
We showed up here specifically to see Lucy.
10.
10 total? It's good enough for him.
He doesn't need to be persuaded to go see Lucy.
Not really. He will gladly let his ego be boosted. Oh, yes, so you've heard of her name far and wide. She's been a little bit more mean lately, ever since that crash happened down by her. But be more than happy to show you. Please, come on out, let me show you.
What crash happened by her?
As you begin, he goes on to explain, and as you guys come out, you see large moss-covered walls made out of the nicest stone brick that you could possibly think of. At one point, now you see they are disheveled, broken in different pieces, and what previous linings they had all were gone. As you look farther in the distance, though, you see dozens and dozens and dozens beyond this wall as it scoops down into this cavern, and you're led past the main gate. You see, or not cavern, canyon. In this large canyon, you see domes made of stone. You see Colosseum-looking buildings and large pools of water filled with brackish, disgusting water and dead creatures floating above them. You see this gigantic open area that seems to go on for about a half mile of expanse of seemingly pens and places where creatures once lived. You do see in some of the pens there are some regular creatures. You see some beasts around. You see some hyenas in one corner as you guys begin making your way down the street as he's explaining it to you. At one point you see a whole pool that still seems to have some dolphins floating around in it. And another time you see what seems to be a large, what seems to be made out of this stained glass-like material, dome, actually. And included inside of it, you see hanging these gigantic forms of winged creatures upside down.
Am I there with the wolves?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of impression do I get from these animals?
From most of them, you get beasts.
I mean, like, how are they doing?
They all seem well taken care of.
Okay.
None of them seem to be disheveled in any way. The park seems to be in ruins. But the ones that are still in their pens actually seem to be taken care of. You do see in some of the pens as you pass by actual like large troughs of food opened up. You see some of the hyenas snickering over a bone. You actually see a cub at one point, like around them, coming up with its furry face, come up and sort of go into the grub a bit. But as he is showing you all of this, what was the question that you'd asked?
What was the crash that you said happened?
Oh yes, I'll be bringing you to the far end of the park. There's a set of caverns that kind of run underneath this island, and Lucy found her way there. I think she dug. I'm not sure. Maybe she got help from Bill.
Who's Bill?
Oh, Bill, you know, my big creature out there.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
house is on top of for some reason.
Bill. Yes, of course.
Yes, yes.
Why would Bill help her?
Well, Charlie sometimes just,
God damn it.
I don't know, he's a wily one. You see the way that he chews that grass? He's always looking at me. I don't think he's chewing grass. I think he's plotting to take over my park. But, you know what he doesn't have that Hamgen does?
Opposable thumbs.
Money.
How could we forget?
How much money do you have? If you
Well,
don't mind me asking.
I would love to show you the bank after I show you Lucy. How about that?
Sure.
Tour the whole place.
Sounds great.
Anyway.
Yes, Lucy.
After seeing the park, I'm pretty sure that bank is gonna be dead ass empty.
So, it'll be right down this pathway here. We're gonna go down in some deep caverns. It's gonna go winding for a bit. And in the meantime, I would love to give you a history of Hamgen's Park.
Great, let's hear.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, in the beginning, and he goes in to tell you this long, drawn-out, sort of boring history as you go around torch-lit, winding spiral caverns that are very well made. Here and there, you seem to be like different like stone etchings in the walls as you go through of these caverns of like hyenas, or sometimes you see like a rhinoceros. Other times you'll see dragons lined up. And then even one time you see a very, very odd looking creature of long, slenderous, looks like a elongated leech, sort of around in a circle at one point as well. And one of the stone tablets in the ground. Goes on to tell you the history of the park, more or less telling you how it was all his dream since he was a young kid to bring animals together, as he had always had a love for wildlife, and he wanted to bring it into a single spot for people to come and view the majesties of nature. However, throughout his dialect, it seems to be influenced heavily on making money more so than love of nature. He goes on to say how he single-handedly was able to get every single creature over here by himself with no help from outside resources.
Can I insight that?
Yeah.
Would also like to join that.
Go ahead.
I know he's bullshitting.
I don't really believe that.
16.
16?
22.
24. Holy shit.
24? You two almost are kind of like, no, that can't be right. Can it? But you actually see through like the way he talks for a bit. It's incredibly deceptive, but you see the smirk that goes in like the right side of his face before he speaks about it. Seems to indicate that he's lying, but even you, it's difficult to tell that he was lying at that point.
But I do think he is.
Yes, you do think he is. You other two.
With a 22?
Yeah.
Damn, boy, this boy is deceptive. It's like the
He's
perfect
business, baby.
He's the perfect salesman.
So, eventually he leads you down to the bottom to a
he's an evil
set of large open double doors. As he does, he goes, "Well, did you all enjoy the history of Hamgen's Park?"
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It was enjoyable.
So much that I'm so excited to go see Lucy
Amazing.
now.
Yes, I warn you though,
go
she
quickly.
can be a biter. And also, her sort of exhibit down here is kind of flooded in a bit, and there's a big wreck in the middle of it now.
Oh, yeah.
So, and as you guys walk down to these set of double doors, it looks exactly like the image that you had seen in the journal. Except the doors are closed.
Hamgan, is this Lucy's proper exhibit, or is this where she crashed?
This was sort of her holding tank for a bit until we moved her elsewhere, and then she got bigger. And then I had to bring her down here once the whole crack in the sky opened up, and now I've just been trying to keep her fed and entertained ever since. It gets real lonely down here. She'll love some quality entertainment from you all.
Is there some way to get her out of here?
Not really. She's really feisty. I usually just push the crates in and run away.
Oh.
Wow.
So I actually won't be going in with you. But you look strong enough to take a hit or two from her. So, you know...
Hamgan, don't you think that you care so much about your animals that there would be no one better to go in there with us than you?
Yes.
The owner of the park.
Quite the expert.
It wouldn't be
with
Hamgan's
this
park
Lucy.
if Hamgan didn't take care of all of his animals, right, Hamgan?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Hamgan like 6 times. He loves it. That's my name.
Yeah, well,
Wear it
come
out, please.
Oh my god. Alright.
Let's fucking get him in there.
13 plus 8, 21, so 26.
26. Well, you know, Apparition, I am the one true entrepreneur of the animal viewing experience. I would love to. I'll even lead the way.
All right, let's do it.
Can I insight that?
Yeah.
Okay. I get the feeling he's in full of shit. 13.
13?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to be genuine about it. Seems like he's gonna go through.
All right, great. Let's go. We're
All right.
following you.
Well then, let me welcome you to the Lucy exhibit. And he opens up the doors and they...
Well, they suggest the name the Lucy Lagoon.
Ooh.
As he's like midway... That's a good idea. Eventually, with his beefy arms, opens up these 2 large sets of double doors all by himself. And as he goes in and the doors are finally opened, it's an exact copy from your book. Almost to a T. In the distance, as you'll be able to see on the map, you see a wrecked ship. A large mast coming out of the middle part of it in the waters, gleaming up. Hoisted above it, you see a flag sort of glittering in the area, just loosely hanging off. Not at all scratched or roughed up in any way as the rest of the ship is. Seemingly magically kept intact.
It's a flag, not like a sail.
It's a flag.
Okay, so it's like usable. Like
Yes.
you can grab it if we had to.
Yes.
Okay.
It still seems to be hoisted to the mast, however.
Do we just want to nab it?
I love that idea. Dean, with your passive perception. Thank God you took that feat. Right before you walk in, you see what seems to be 3 fins on the surface of the water go under. Like almost like shark fins go under the
There's
water.
something in the water.
Is the flag on the left piece or the right piece?
It's like in the middle of the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay away from the water, everybody.
Capture the flag ever.
You all stay right here. I'm gonna try and get Lucy's attention.
No.
That's a great idea.
That way I can bring her nice and close for you. Is that all right?
Go ahead.
Get you an up and close experience. What?
Hamgan's gonna die.
What's the
He
ground
goes-
made out of?
What?
What's the ground here made out of?
It seems to be out of a dark, coarse, dirt-like sand.
Grabbing a new bow.
All right. And the whole water seems to be gently lapping on the shores. It's all quiet, and you very just faintly hear the sound of dripping water.
Is the flag high out or like near?
It's about 30 feet in the air. It's like the crashed part of the mast is hung there.
Do we see a light source from the other end of the cavern, or is it completely dark?
It is dark. The only reason you can see immediately in front of you in this area is because of the small torches along the lines of the wall. You, with your dark vision, do see other torches around the rest of the cavern, but they are unlit.
Okay.
So, as you all make your way in, you see he actually kind of looks a little scared as he's walking forward.
Shit.
He's like, well, you want an up-close and personal tour? You sure you want me to do this?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
You can do it.
Well then.
We believe in you.
It's been a while since I've fed her manually. Well, we're gonna find out.
I'm going to tell everyone I know about this park.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, poor guy.
15.
15? Well, if it spreads the word, make them all come.
Hamgen, suffering from success.
Trust me, it'll be ready in a few years. Just give me a little bit more time and I'll have it back and ready for you. And he reaches up in the crate and pulls out a hunk of what seems to be just like random meats put in there and starts walking towards the water.
As he's doing that, I'm going to start muttering some incantations, fly on myself.
Does it look like there's some way to light all the torches in the room quickly, or is it like each individual one has to be lit?
Each individual one.
Who the frick designed this room?
He did.
And how did he ever plan to do that?
He takes a handful of the meat and begins making his way down to the water.
Poor guy.
And he goes, Lucy, are you, it's your old buddy Hamgen, you know? Oh, I feel her coming. Lucy.
Famous last
You
word.
can't say that on camera.
Lucy, I know it's been a while since I've seen you.
Oh.
I'm sorry for taking your eggs away.
Oh my god.
Papa Hamgen's here to feed you again, and I hope we can let bygones be. And before he finishes his sentence, as he's waded into the water at this point, you hear a loud crash in the water. Most of you without dark vision can hardly see this, but you see 3 individual heads crash out from the water's surface and reach out of the waters and immediately crash into Hamgen and crush it, and the main head immediately snatches the small body of Hamgen into the main mouth, and the other 2 heads begin leaning in on him as well and start tearing the body across. As you watch his slithering tentacles make their way up onto the surface as well, with the tentacles writhing up and pulling the missing strains of Hamgen across the ground into the mouth of the creature, as it then looks up, this red, monstrous, shark-like entity that you have never seen before.
Fuck!
And he looks up and he goes, I would like you all to roll initiative.
Get a point of madness? Wow.
Did you guys like
Fuck
him?
I felt bad for him.
Oh, I was ready to shoot him if he
bad?
started walking back.
If you felt bad for him, give yourself a point of madness.
Point of madness.
Fuck that guy.
You brought him to his death, dude.
Yeah.
Zach,
I
like use combat prowess.
If he tried to run away, I was gonna shoot him with rough terrain.
Jesper doesn't know it's down here.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I got that reaction out of him.
Keep him from running.
It's Sharknado, dude. What am I gonna do?
Dude, have you seen Sharktopus?
I have not.
It has 3 heads. It's the worst possible thing you could ask for. Oh, it gets better. All right.
This is actually just the baby.
25 to 20.
26.
Mama.
Woo! That's a spicy
He say
meatball.
30 to 26.
Al's up first. All right.
My boy Al.
20 to 16 or 15 rather.
18.
19.
17.
19.
All right. Give me that order.
19. Jesper.
Okay.
18.
Jesper.
19. Ezekiel.
Okay. Ezekiel. All right. Up next.
17 Dell.
18 Arthur, sorry. After.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those
Arthur,
2.
Arthur
19.
and then Dell.
Yeah.
Arthur
15.
Dell.
Panzer.
All right.
15.
All right. After Panzer. 15 to 10. 15 10. Anyone? Going once, going twice? What are you rolling?
Dude, this is the worst I've ever rolled on initiatives in all the games I've played.
All right. 10 to 5? 5 to 1?
I guess technically 5, but
5?
so I was right there. But yeah, 5.
Dean has a 1.
All right.
He was really surprised.
All righty, Dean.
All right. As you watch as this monstrous 3-headed aquatic entity, red, comes up, you see it immediately rushes up with incredible speed and begins looking at all of you.
Is it right on the shore, basically?
It's right on the shore right now. Well, it's like
4
Heavy
by
was in the
4
water,
square.
so it's a little in the water. Its tentacles are just coming out of it, so you can hardly see it. So yeah.
This creature be gargantuan.
Yes, it would be gargantuan in size.
Yeah,
this
so
thing,
square it out.
each head is about the size of 2 of you.
Jesus shit.
Yeah. Like if you look at the comparison of your mini.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Pretty apt description of it. So yeah.
Am I able to tell just right off the bat if this is a natural creature?
And the split second decision, you have no idea. There is no time to think.
Sure.
Anyway, at the top of the round, as this happens, you guys are far more quick as it seems to be enjoying its meal. The rest of you get a brief moment of initiative before it gets to go. Alan, you're up.
What is the sail on the front half?
The sail is in the middle of the broken pieces. And
Okay.
It's on a mast that is leaning all the
So,
way up.
like,
It's about
here.
30 feet up.
Okay.
And you don't know how deep the water goes.
Can I move one of the crates and like dump the food in the water? Dump the meat in the water?
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
Right. So I'll be like, Lucy, here's some more food, and I'll just dump it in the water.
Here's a spicy
All right.
snack.
No.
It's your signature.
It's a meaty morsel.
All right.
So I'll try to do that, and I'll do it like near it.
All right.
So like
Give me a strength check.
All right.
Crates are large.
Combat prowess again.
All right.
So
Second use of
advantage.
combat prowess.
Combat prowess, push meat.
Ooh, 17.
17. You hoist with all your might. You feel your feet kind of slipping in the gravelly dirt beneath you, but you push it down and finally get it to the water. It seems to sniff it a bit, also attracting your attention as well. So, yeah.
So-
It's like meat.
All right.
All right. Is that your turn?
Can I move back a bit after that, or?
Yeah, sure. So you can.
Yeah, I'll get a little bit back.
So
All right.
there?
Yeah. it's
Okay.
good.
And
All
then
right.
the crate is now there.
All right. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Jesper,
one
you're up.
pirate.
Ezekiel's on deck and Arthur is in the hole.
All right, so I'm going to
You didn't do it.
reach deep within myself and burst out with this vibrant energy as these glowing wings pop from my back, and I'll cast Sanctuary on myself.
All right.
As a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'll start flying, making my way towards the center of the lake area.
All right.
So
you watch as
me 30
you,
feet
You watch
closer.
as the head to the left is immediately trained on Alanon and trying to like gnash out towards him. You watch as the head on top.
So just
like 5 feet up.
Lurches up towards you and starts looking at you and
right.
And you okay. All right.
Closer.
So, is that your turn?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, Ezekiel,
So where-
Arthur, you're on deck. Bell, you're in the hole.
I'm going to attempt to hypnotic gaze this thing.
All right.
I know it has 3 heads, so
It does indeed. So you go ahead and try and hypnotic gaze it.
yep. DC 15 charisma.
There's a 16 total. You watch as you try and focus its gaze on all the heads, but all of them are sporadically moving around, and it seems very difficult for you to sort of perplex all of the separate heads under one single mind condition.
It's worth a shot.
All right.
Okay, other than that, I'm gonna grab the nearest torch.
Okay.
And start to make my way to the other torches along the walls while spider climbing.
All right.
So I'm still like basically traveling up and then would dip down at a torch and then go back up.
All right. So go ahead and move your way along the wall.
Which way would probably be more advantageous?
That way.
Towards us?
Yeah,
Okay.
towards you. Tell me, how many spaces do you move? There's a torch about every 20 feet, so basically,
Okay.
think of that.
I can hit like.
Yeah, you would really light up the room for everyone. So Ezekiel, we need starts lighting up the torches for you. The rest of you now can see in the dim light easily, and those of you that couldn't see the beast before can really see it now as the faint firelight is just flickering off of its gigantic form. Before it was just a shadowy roar in the darkness. Now, as you that can now see the full flesh of it, it's probably one of the biggest things any of you have ever seen.
Just want the Kraken.
Yeah, it's in comparison to the Kraken, but
And the giant
still, it's
mermaid
terrifying.
early on.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. After Ezekiel, Arthur, you're up. Del, you're up next, and then Panzer is in the hole.
Is this monstrosity seem to be focused on the hunks of meat that was just pushed in, or everything at us?
You can take a search action to make a perception check.
I'm not going to do a search action.
Okay. Off the top of your head, you can't tell because it just started its initiative. Right now it's still kind of like finishing off Hamgen.
Regardless, bonus action, rage. Boom.
All right.
And I'm going to get my glaive out, and I'm going to give it a chop at one of the tentacles that are closest to me.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Reckless. Because I'm an idiot.
First blood.
Thank God I did reckless. Yeah.
I still tune.
All right.
25 for the first one.
That'll hit. Second attack?
15 for the second one.
Second attack misses. Go ahead and roll damage.
8.
8 points of damage?
Yeah.
First blood.
And I'm going to scoochy gooch back, like, since I'm like 10 feet away because I haven't eaten.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. You were back.
As you slam into
That's
the creature with your glaive, it slams in the tentacle, and the tentacle kind of recoils a bit from it. It doesn't seem to take the full brunt of your weapon's attack from it. Yeah. It kind of like recoils and kind of writhes for a bit, and the third head finally just trains its head on you. That's your action and your movement, and your bonus action because you raged. Is that your turn? All right.
Yes.
Del, you're up next. Panzer's on deck.
I'm gonna send the 3 dire wolves forward to attack it.
Right.
So the second 2 would get advantage because of pack tactics, but the first one wouldn't.
Yes, sir.
Or they all would because Jesper's there.
Yep.
I don't know what all would be next to it. Is that available?
Cause you're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, also, sorry, as a side note, forgot about this. Brandon or Arthur.
Yep.
As you slam into it, you take 2 points of lightning damage.
Fuck.
Whoa. As you slam into it, you feel the glaive kind of send a zap through your body.
All right. Goodbye, dire wolves.
God damn it. Thing's magical shit.
That's a 20 to hit for the first one.
That'll hit.
I'm gonna do them all at one time.
All right.
17 for the second.
That just hits.
Nice. And a 18 for the third.
That'll hit as well.
Sweet. So that would be.
And they are not magical yet, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, that would be then 3 DC 13 strength saving throws.
All right.
Unless they're immune to prone.
The lowest one was a 21.
12 for the first.
All right.
6 for the second.
All right.
And 9 for the third, all piercing damage.
All right. Each of your wolves takes 2 points of lightning damage.
Okay. And then did they pass the 3 strength save?
The lowest one was a 21.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's fine.
As your wolves kind of go around the creature, as all 3 of the heads kind of and the tentacles kind of reed back, and you watch as each of them bites in, a jolt of electricity sort of surges through their body. All right.
And then I will shoot at it twice.
All right.
The first one being a 23 to hit.
All right. That will hit. Yeah.
Rough terrain at the center of it.
All right. Is it
making the water all choppy?
All right. As you watch as the water around it slowly seems to churn and become rough and ragged, as if in a high sea of storms.
And then the second hit, that would be a 19 to hit.
That will hit as well.
So that will be. I don't have an extra D to it.
Really good first round.
4, 10, 28 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
Ooh.
Pierce it, baby. Pierce
Force
it.
of nature. All right. Is that your turn?
Force of nature,
My turn.
dumbass.
All right. As you send 2 arrows jutting into it. Let's see. The other head. Yeah, the head that was more focused on Alan at this point turns to you.
Okay.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
All right, Panzer, you're up now. And then Aestus, you are in the hole.
No.
Snatch and grab.
All right.
Run away kind of situation. I will enter combat mode.
All right.
Eye goes red. Do you mind? And then I'll move up to it and attack, I guess.
All right.
The one thing I do, you know.
Okay, you run on up to it.
Where are you going?
I have to be within 5 feet of it, so.
Creeks to the right, wolves are in front of you.
Is the water pretty shallow here by the shore?
Yeah. Right. However, it is. Or no, it's not because its whole body takes up the area. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move.
It's a gargantuan creature, so your thing is a 10-foot radius.
Forward.
It fills that area.
Okay.
That way.
Okay, here?
The whole thing is currently
There's a
encompassed in
direwolf right there.
a writhing mess
One
of
to the side.
stormy water,
Right
just
there.
in that single area.
You go for a swim.
Also, they're large beasts.
22.
Oh.
That's fine.
23.
23 to hit. That'll hit.
Got him.
Go ahead and roll damage.
So
You also take another 2 points of lightning damage. Oh, bad. This thing.
Thank God, though.
2 is
I don't mind.
14 bludgeoning.
All right.
Adamantium. Don't know if that matters. Probably.
Once again, it still doesn't seem to take the full bunch of it. As you slam into the thick hide of it, you feel it kind of recoil as the muscles on the beast tense up and just kind of recoil the hammer from it. You see you leave a welt, but it doesn't
It's
seem
like
to pay you
hammering
any
rubber.
attention. As the teeth are gnashing around in a shark-like bark. Is that your turn? All right. Up next is Lucy. Before the end of her turn,
In the sky.
yeah, before the end of that turn, Lucy's going to spend 2 legendary actions to use Ink Cloud. She immediately, you watch as she's in the water, immediately kind of slides in a bit, and then disappears into the water below.
Okay.
At which point you watch as she open her up to move her 80 feet as far away as possible.
Okay.
Does that
Am I...
Or actually, move her around where the mast is.
Okay.
Does it provoke when she does that at all, or does she immune to that?
Watch out for Jasper.
Yeah, so if it provokes, give me opportunity attacks.
The direwolves.
Pretty much everything.
Jasper.
40,
and
45. It's right next to the mass.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
She
yeah,
has
direwolves are
plenty of
attacking.
movement left. She can pretty much move anywhere in this area.
23 to hit again.
23 to hit, that'll hit.
Jasper.
23, 21, 17. You said does hit?
Yeah, 17 hits.
12 bludgeoning damage.
All right, 12 bludgeoning damage. You take 2 points of lightning damage.
I'm loving that.
What is this dice only rolls 2s?
Thank God. At least he's not rolling, what, 6s?
What?
At least he's not rolling 6s?
Or 8s or 10s or 12s.
13, 8, and 11. And then, I don't know, for reaction, they also get the
D20
strength saving
damage.
throw. I don't think so.
It's all the bites, so.
So, yes?
Yeah. 21, 21, and 26.
Okay.
So, it moves that way. It's then going to, you watch as 3 of its head then poke out of the water. One head focused at you. One head focused at, who really screwed it up? You. And then the other one focused at Ezekiel. I need all 3 of you to give me a dexterity saving throw. As you watch each of the heads rear up towards you 3 that were looking at it before, and you watch as you see the static in the air kind of begins to vibrate around their mouths, and you see a ball of lightning appear in each of their mouths as they and they spit out these balls of lightning towards each of them.
What saving throw is it?
Dexterity.
Okay.
11.
12.
12?
11.
11. All 3 of you
Yikes.
fail.
I did the best, though.
I rolled really badly.
Each of you takes...
Was I not targeted yet?
I want to be Quinn.
Yeah, not... yeah, I'm trying to remember. Each of you takes 33 points of lightning damage.
Motherfucker.
33 lightning.
Yes.
That wasn't me.
As
If it was,
as
yes.
each of the balls sort of immediately impacts you, kind of hitting like a hard stone at first, but then sort of phasing into your body and sending a virulent shock through. You feel each of your hearts almost stop for a second before immediately coming back to beat again, skipping a whole beat on their own.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
You're unconscious?
Yep.
Wow.
All right.
And you fell into the water.
All right. That's its action for this turn. It's going to use the remainder of its movement to go underwater. Great. So you see the three heads immediately go back under the water.
Fuck.
All right. That's the end of its turn.
Dude, see ya.
Asus, you're up.
Fun.
Sorry.
All right. I guess I'm actually just going to rush forward.
All right.
Dive into the water, grab Jesper, and get back out of the water if I can.
All right.
5, 15, 20, 20, or 30.
That's 30 right there?
Yeah.
All right, great. Action surge.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to get him out.
Grab him and then move? Or?
Yes, I'm going to have to.
Wait,
I cannot let him drown.
Does
so.
Sanctuary help against that? I know it's not an attack roll, but it targeted me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because I know it didn't.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. Just leave me there for the minute.
It has to make a-
Let's fact check this real quick.
Yep.
Sanctuary.
Yep.
I think he's targeted, so I think it does apply. But I'll check it.
Also, since I hit it, I don't know if it has disadvantage on that. Was it an attack roll?
No.
Okay.
Anyone who attack the target must first make a save.
Or a harmful spell with an attack or a harmful spell.
Nice.
Yeah, I would say this would count. So it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Sorry to go back on that.
No, you're good. Make sure you keep it closer next time. It's a wisdom save.
Yep.
It's a 9.
Does not make the save.
All right,
So
it has
either
to target
someone
something
else or.
It would target Dean then.
Damn it. Okay.
Go. Dean,
Sorry, Dean.
Dean, give me a
So close.
Yes.
13.
13. You take 33 points of lightning damage.
Down?
All right, so that would change. That would
no,
change.
I'm not there. That's completely changed my.
So instead, as
We're-
you feel the bolt of lightning go into you, you are still up.
I'm gonna get up to the shore.
Okay.
And I want to be
5,
away from other things
15.
like on the. How far can I go to the right? Like as if I were to go this way instead of that way.
Well, there's a large dire wolf and a crate and rough, choppy water.
I'm not trying to go through the water at all.
Okay.
So.
So this way, but through the.
No. I'm saying from where I started.
Oh.
If I were trying to go diagonally to the right.
That way.
Yes.
So 5, 15, squeezing past 15, 20.
Okay, so I can't get up there. Cool.
Now what?
25, 30.
30. Yeah, cool. That's fine. And then I'm going to just hold my action.
Glad gone.
I like to hold my action with my diamond greatsword out.
Yeah.
For 2 attacks in case Lucy emerges.
All right, you got it.
Okay.
All right, is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
All right. After Aestus, before your held action goes off, Lucy's going to spend a legendary action to make a lash.
Dean, are you up?
Disadvantage.
All right.
Okay, she does have disadvantage unless she's attacking Arthur.
That's an 18 to hit.
Against me?
Yes.
That hits.
All right.
I'm resistant to the damage. All right, that's good.
As you watch as a large tentacle lashes out of the water and smacks into you, you only take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Have to 3, right? Okay,
Yes.
cool.
And you are grappled and restrained.
Oh.
Am I placing it
So
here?
does my held action go off now, or
Yes.
All right, so I just attack at disadvantage.
Yes.
All right.
But you can hit. Wait. Yeah.
There's a crate in the water
Okay.
between you, but.
3, definitely not gonna work. 3 to 5.
Lucy
not gonna hit.
does not care.
Right, I'm
She's
talking
attack
about for
that
his
sees
attack,
monster.
though.
That one hits. That's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Alrighty.
Seems to do the full brunt of
Oh, yeah,
damage
baby.
as well.
Swing on it.
Is Great Wave Fighter 1 or a 2?
1 or 2.
Okay, cool. I'll reroll that one.
Baby.
It's 3, 6, 9. So 13 points of damage.
Woo! She seems to take the full brunt of it.
Yes.
As you see all 3 heads are now trained on you, angrily. Awesome.
He's won.
All right.
Lightning damage.
What?
Lightning damage.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Double it this time. You take 4 points of lightning damage.
Nice.
This D10 sucks.
Yeah.
God.
Use a different one.
Brandon, you bastard.
We took damage on the reaction, right?
What?
Opportunity attack. Did we take damage on that?
Yeah.
What was that?
Sorry.
Was that 2, or did you already roll it?
Yeah, I rolled that one. That was a 2.
Okay. I marked that down there.
Okay. End of its legendary action. Dean, you're up.
Cool.
Fly again. No doubt.
Fly again.
All right. Cast fly as an action. All right.
We'll go 30 feet towards the flag.
All right.
Then we'll Misty Step the rest of the way.
Okay.
That
You cannot cast Misty Step. You've already cast Fly.
Cool. We'll just go 30 feet
Doesn't
there.
fly give
How
you
high are you
60
going?
feet?
Gives you a 60-foot fly speed.
We'll go 60 feet there.
All right.
All the way down.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
How high up are you?
How high are you?
So high.
That's
Might want to get a little
This
bit
is
higher
yeah,
above the water.
We'll go like 20 feet high, so bring it back 20. Oh,
Okay.
God,
There we go. That makes a difference. All right. Cool.
And
you do
you're-
not get an opportunity attack.
And you're 20 up, so.
Yeah.
Hopefully
All
he
right.
can hit you.
Yeah.
That's my turn, DM.
All right. That of your turn back to the top.
I'll yell out, "Help me, Jesper!"
So is the creature visible at all, like with some of its tentacles restraining?
Yes,
him?
you do see the tentacles are trying to like pull him in and towards all 3 of the mouths.
Okay. I'm gonna point my short sword at him, and I'm gonna cast Chill Touch. So I've never cast this before, but out of my short sword, a left hand appears and goes.
What?
Fires at him.
It's a left hand he doesn't have.
All right.
Oh shit, that's your ghost hand, dude.
Ghost of a ship.
That'll hit.
24.
24 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Woo! This is necrotic damage too, right?
No, it's
Huge impact.
11
Ginormous.
necrotic damage.
Huge impact.
Seems to take the full brunt of it.
Ginormous
As
necro
this,
damage.
as this ghostly hand goes and latches onto it, sort of digging into the flesh, you see darkened splotches appearing where these holes are now beginning to tear in the flesh as it.
Stop.
And it cannot heal for 1 round, right? From that?
Yes. And by any chance, is it undead?
It is not.
All right. Good to know. That's my turn.
All right, nice work, nice work. All right, Jesper, you're up. Oh, before your turn, who else is within
Panzer.
within 10 feet?
Panzer and one of the wolves.
Okay. Lucy's going to use another legendary action to make another lash at Panzer.
Disadvantage.
What?
Disadvantage.
Straight roll. That's a 31 to hit.
Fucking Christ.
You can't even get that number on
I
the
know
dice.
my AC is 19, so
Barely
Yeah,
hits.
that'll hit.
Was he rolling a
take,
D100?
barely hits.
you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled and restrained.
Do you have that as
halved
raging?
because range.
Yeah. All right. And that's
Interviewer.
his legendary action. So, Jesper.
All right. How far away am I from Dean?
You
20
see better than me.
20, 25,
75 across and whatever up.
25,
15 up.
20.
Just spitball it.
Pythagorean, like 30 feet
Yeah,
away.
you're about like 30 feet away.
Maybe 30
Diagonal.
feet to Dean.
Okay.
Fly boys.
25 feet.
And then. So that's all my movement.
Okay.
And then how's Dean look?
Pretty bad.
He looks pretty rough. You can
Not
tell
too
that
good.
he's like fried. His hair is sticking up. Yeah. And seems you see little bits of like crackling electricity still like beneath him, sort of phasing off.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do.
All right. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm gonna do the lay on hands,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give him 10 hit points.
All right. You get 10 hit points back. As Jesper in this angelic form, which you've seen once before, makes its way over to you and fills you with a resurgence that increases your vitality once more. All right.
And
so
then that'll be my turn.
All right. All right. So after Jesper, Ezekiel, you're up.
Yeah. You can heal 2 potions. You can drink 2 potions on a turn. Right?
No.
Just the one?
Yep.
All right.
You can feed yourself as a bonus action or feed someone else as an action.
Okay. Well, I Well, I heal 3 because of my ability.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna drink.
You at half hit
tinctures.
That's right.
What do you mean?
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Didn't hit? You get lightning, boy.
You get lightning.
Okay.
That's really good with the glaive.
With my action, I'm going to do 2 bow attacks.
All right. So you lose 2 shots.
Yep. Yeah. First one is 20 something, 26.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second one is 21.
That will also hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hook him up.
She seems hurt, by the way. She seems very hurt.
Are bows finesse? Do you add dexterity?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's range attack. You use your
So
dexterity.
7 plus 8, 15 damage.
15 damage.
15 damage.
As it.
And I'm going to stay away. Actually, I'm going to back.
All right. Got it. That's the other tunnel, right?
Yeah.
That's a tunnel?
Yes. You do look behind you.
Do I see anything?
Not immediately.
I'm going to spider climb up, like, here.
All right.
So
How high?
You can see like 120 feet.
pretty
Yeah.
high. Yeah.
I think
30?
we're good for a little bit.
Yeah.
30 feet high?
We're going to go like 30 feet up.
There you go.
On that wall.
All right. You got it. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, Arthur, you're up.
I'm going to see my big buddy Ace is getting yanked about, and I'm going to move over 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm basically going to get within 10 feet of the tentacle that's holding onto him and try to chop that bitch off.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Reckless attack. 19, so that's 26 for the first one,
That'll hit.
and 26 and 18.
That will also hit. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
Absolute sicko mode right now.
Yeah, it's 21 damage.
21 points of damage. It doesn't seem to take the full brunt.
Yeah.
But you do try and hack into the tentacle. It's still writhing there. And at this point, finally, as you come within range, at the end of is that the end of your turn?
I'm Blade, baby.
Yeah.
It's a gargantuan creature, sir.
But I mean, I guess I was trying to
Dude.
angle it by the tentacle.
He could probably hit me.
Doesn't fucking matter. Go.
You're within 10 feet of it.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, it's going to use its last legendary action to make a tentacle attack at you with lash.
Oh boy.
Oh, also, sorry, you hit that with a melee attack, right?
Yeah. I mean, it has advantage still on me for reckless attacking.
Hey, you take 8 points of lightning damage.
Oh no.
It's big damage.
A bit more.
So if you're figure on your
Yep. And it has like 3 times advantage on you, by the way.
We've all been there before.
That's a total of 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right.
Be like that sometimes.
You take
I do be like that.
8 points of bludgeoning damage and are grappled and restrained.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
He's
All right.
all grappled right now. Bam.
All right.
Bam, bam.
After Arthur is Dell.
All right. Force of Nature says whenever you successfully hit a creature with an attack from your natural weapon, and that creature occupies a space inside difficult terrain.
Yeah.
One of its 16 squares is in difficult terrain.
Yeah.
So
you aim at that specific region is the idea behind it. Is like if it's like if a dragon was like in a torrent of wind, you aim at that.
That's
specific
pretty cool.
Is the idea.
Okay.
'Cause you're so attuned.
So nature.
That's
That-
so nature.
So nature.
So,
Can the dire wolves hit any of the tentacles? I guess.
if they're within range.
I think the one can.
All right.
The other two are gonna hold their actions in case it gets near them and they can attack.
All right.
It's got advantage because of pack tactics. That won't hit. That's a 12.
That'll miss. Is that
Okay. And I'm gonna shoot at it twice.
All right, go ahead.
12.
That'll miss.
Yeah. And that one.
As you go to fire,
Oh, boy.
you're not sure how to really hit at it with your friends now all being grappled by the creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my movement, can I go prone behind this crate?
Yeah, sure. You go prone immediately, getting behind cover.
All right.
All right. Is that your turn?
That'll be my turn.
All right. The end of your turn, Panzer, you're up.
Was it an action to break free from the grapple? Or
It's an action to try and break free of the grapple. Yeah.
Shit. What are the effects of trying to attack while in grapple?
Disadvantage, right?
You're
Restraint
restrained.
Restrained.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this your first turn being restrained, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit! Is it gonna crush me or something?
You try. Eat you, baby.
You take 6 points of lightning damage as the tentacles kind of start staticking around you.
Keith.
The rest of you are about to feel that as well.
Yeah.
Your speed is 0 regardless of your bonus. Disadvantage on dex saving throws. Attacks have disadvantage. Enemy attacks have advantage.
I'm going to attempt to break free.
All right, go ahead.
Want to break free.
I will use my combo prowess.
All right.
Or you get advantage because you're raging.
Oh yeah, I don't need to use it.
Yes.
Here
we go.
I got an 18.
That beats it. So you just
Let's go.
break free of the grapple immediately.
Does his tentacle look pretty weak? The one that's holding him look pretty weak?
Not really.
Damn.
They
So
seem
cutting through it probably wouldn't. I don't need. Plus, I have a hammer.
They seem
that
very.
yeah.
Smush it really hard.
Smush it.
They seem almost like carapaced, and the lightning coming off of them seems to be coming off of, as you very, very quickly look, these tiny little spines that are coming out from the tentacle.
Okay.
Your action.
I guess I can. I'll bonus action heal with fighter ability.
Okay. And you have movement after that.
Shit. One on a heal.
Oh,
I heal.
You'll have
Yeah.
that.
3.
All right.
And then this sucks because like I feel like I'm gonna get wrapped up again and it just won't matter.
Can you move
away?
Yeah, but then he has to use an entire attack
Move
or
away.
a part of his turn to get you back again, as opposed to probably being able to swallow you.
I will go ahead and actually serve an attack.
All right, go ahead.
That big 14.
Are you gonna reckless attack it?
This
I
is.
don't have reckless attack. I'm not level 2 bugbear.
All right, so you go ahead and swing. It misses the creature as it sort of gets out of the way. Is that the end of your turn? All right. It's going to not get its breath weapon back.
Nice.
And at this point, it's going to move 80 feet underwater.
Don't do that.
With us?
Yes.
Oh. See you later, motherfuckers. We're dead.
Provokes.
All right.
Yeah, well,
Please kill him. Or her.
Bite,
Lucy.
you have to let him
that'll
go.
hit.
Bite the tentacle.
No.
No, it's
takes it
moving
with
with them.
We're drowning.
Oh,
this
no.
and
5,
electricity underwater. Not a great
8,
combo.
8 points of
That's what it
piercing
does.
damage and a strength saving throw, please.
8 points of piercing damage. Strength saving throw.
Did it bite the tentacle?
It succeeds.
Damn it.
It's 29.
I'm dying.
So that is the two of
And
you.
the wolf takes 5 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
Hey guys, you died.
Technically
You got
52.
All right. So
Does
other
it move slower
other
if it
reaction
has them?
attacks.
Because it can't swim as well because it's holding them.
Did you?
It's big. It's big enough that they don't.
Did you take your attack?
They are somewhere.
What?
We don't see them. They are somewhere.
You guys immediately are brought into darkness and immediately are holding your breath. You can hold your breath for an amount of minutes equal to your con modifier, though. So keep that in mind.
3 minutes. That's nuts.
Yeah, you're hardy boys. Probably the best people to go underwater. Some of the best.
Yoked.
All right. So, well, they're good because they're beefy and they can attack it. You can't do that.
Can't do shit, apparently.
All right. So that's its movement. It's then going to make. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to make. As it brings you underwater, the tentacles kind of reel up and you watch as the whole abdomen lurches forward and all three of the heads go and start biting at both of you.
Oh, fuck.
You're wearing plate, so the middle head's going to attack you and the two side heads are going to attack you. That's a...
Don't die in the water, guys.
Ugh. That's a 15 to hit.
Beats.
Meets?
Yep.
All right, yeah. So that'll hit.
I use a great sword.
You take You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh, okay.
Second attack on you. Natural 20. You get a point of madness.
I'm fine. I have so much.
You're
health.
eating.
Okay.
Don't jump the gun.
Take 20 points of piercing damage.
Easy.
You got out.
Negligible.
Tanks it.
Easy.
All right. And then attack on you.
That's because it's not as many.
Natural 1 and a natural 3.
Oh.
A total of 15.
I was holding a glaive, so it meets.
Wait, do the attacks against aces have disadvantage because of your ancestral thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do. And I have resistance to the damage.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank
Sorry.
you.
Oh my goodness.
You guys are
That has
good. No,
10
just keep reminding me though. Keep reminding me though.
Another 13 hit points back. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, so it's a straight hit for you. So
Oh, God.
to you,
40.
You are dealt 18 points of piercing damage.
Half because I'm raging, so 9.
There you go.
Oh.
And that will be its turn.
Wow. That's big. You gotta keep hitting.
No. I forgot.
Yeah, it's not a burst thing. It's I drag you down to the depths.
Sick reminder.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be the rest of Lucy's turn. Lucy's turn. Asus, you're up.
Okay.
While you're underwater, your attacks that aren't piercing are at disadvantage. Just so you know.
I'm already at disadvantage.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
So I'm gonna make one attack.
All right. One attack.
You'll see.
Okay.
That's gonna miss.
All right.
That was 3. See if we go lower.
All
we
right.
did go lower. But second attack, we're going to replace with a breath weapon. As,
All
as
right.
is my Worm Warden.
As your Worm Warden ability.
So I need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck him
It
up.
will make a dexterity saving throw.
Does it have the grapple condition too?
Nope.
No.
Since it's grapple.
Only
No.
restraint.
That's a total of
gives-
14.
Okay, that is actually I don't know if that passed or not. It's based on my
Proficiency.
So Constitution
Plus proficiency.
plus 8.
14 is a save.
So it meets.
So okay, so it passes.
Okay.
So it takes 7 points of fire damage.
All right. Doing fire damage to it?
Yep.
All right.
Water, fire.
Yeah, sure.
Magical fire.
Okay, all right.
Burn it, baby.
Burn.
I see we're now running by the Tequila
Now,
underwater.
Kind of lashes around.
We're about to blow. We're about to blow it all.
reference
We're gonna action surge.
All right.
We're
We're
blowing
gonna take
it
another attack.
tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Well,
That hits.
you can't really.
Oh,
say
hey, cool. So 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Yeah, boy.
Woof.
Mega
How
slice.
would you like to do
Slice.
this?
Oh, it's right there.
Found my D6. Don't worry.
As you guys are bursting through the water with this, you do start to see a reddish ichor kind of bleeding out of it into the water. above it.
15 points of damage.
All right. And that is
Magical, right?
Yeah.
That's magical damage. And I'm
With the
gonna
great sword.
take the second attack on it too.
All right. Go ahead.
Natural 1.
As you swing, it looks hurt.
Whoa. I do take lightning damage though.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me.
I got you.
She's got a lot. Hey, 2 points of lightning
For
damage.
one slice.
All right.
And at the end of my turn, I'm gonna go ahead and second wind.
All right. All
Like I
right.
said, I'm blowing it all.
Just
That was a
blew it all.
Nice. That is a big turn.
Biggest turn in the league.
All right.
8 hit points back.
Is that the end of your turn then?
That is the end of my turn.
Dean, you're up.
Hello.
Oh, here we go. MVP moves right here.
Picking up that flag.
All right.
Bring me 25 feet towards the. I can't read it. don't
10,
worry.
15, 20, 25. Grab the flag.
Grabbed.
You were 20 feet in the air.
All right. You grab it.
Let's go
Back to me. Back to your boy.
Back to my
Back
boy.
to the 60-foot fly speed right here.
Yep.
You bring it on back.
All right.
You as you make your way over towards the mast, you see the flag kind of just dangling there on the rope. Immediately pull out your dagger and just kind of cut it free from the area and just bring the flag out. It's very heavy. You kind of are let down a bit from it because you're not as strong, and kind of Jesper helps you carry it on your way back. All right. Is that your turn?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Al-Anon.
Back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun.
I'm going to hold an action to cast Chill Touch if it comes out of the water.
All right.
Big.
Jesper.
Okay. So I'm going to touch him,
Okay.
Dean, and I'm going to do a sanctuary on him.
All right.
So now we're both shrouded in this energy.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna say, give me the flag. I'm gonna take it, and then I'm going to go 30 feet.
Okay.
And then use my action to dash another 30 feet.
All right.
With it.
You got it.
So.
Are you just going straight this way?
Yep.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right, Ezekiel.
How far does that give me?
45, 50, I'm going
40
to
and then go
heal
down 20.
again.
So I'm
All right.
Because I'm greedy bastard.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna peek back into that cave.
All right.
Fights in
do
here.
I see anything?
10.
You can take the search action.
Search action.
Yeah, I'll search action that.
Okay.
Yes.
Make a perception check.
Attack the thing. 17.
17?
Yes.
Further in, you very, very faintly hear.
Does it sound like it's getting closer?
I must answer the
No, it
sound
just
of my
sounds-
people.
It sounds very far away.
Okay.
Kind of echoing off the
Both
walls,
bad.
though.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go right back to like the top of that cave ledge.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
I mean, you're already 30
Okay.
feet up.
Before the end of your turn, Lucy is going to use 2 legendary actions to move another distance away.
Okay, she moves.
You guys feel yourselves jettisoned, and as you do, you see a large ink cloud appear in the water as you move very, very, very far away. You're not sure where, but you as dimensions are very odd here. But yeah. All right, that's his legendary action. Arthur, you're up.
Back to Soul.
I'm going to fucking let go of my glaive.
Okay.
And I'm going to. Yeah, this is a shitty glaive anyway. I'm going to finagle my shield off my back, and I'm going to grab my silver longsword off my waist, and I'm going to basically try. As it's like, is it tentacles around me, or is it?
Yes, its tentacles are around you, and you're currently being dragged through the water. As it like turned away from you, it veered off into a separate
How
direction.
close am I to its face?
Not close.
Oh, okay.
You're like at the very end of it right now, as it's just jettisoned itself out.
Can I basically wait till I'm close to it to attack it?
Sure.
You're in it.
You're like on it.
I want to be in its face because I'm
All
not
right.
gonna doing any damage to its tentacles, really.
Yeah,
But
got
you
it.
still get the ancestral.
But I'll fucking hit it.
All right.
You
Okay.
know? Yeah. Reckless. That's only like a 13.
Really rolled one.
That misses.
Yeah, well,
It's a straight roll. He's
disadvantage.
underwater.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's restrained.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else you can do?
And second attack.
All right.
That's going to be a little bit better. It's going to be 19.
19. That hits.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Stab Lucy in her
I think getting that off is.
I still
That's
have
going to be
46
10
hit
damage.
points. 10.
And I'm going to bonus action shove that bitch.
I'm doing great.
Yes.
All right.
You can knock it prone. You can knock it prone.
I'm going to knock it prone.
It's gargantuan though. I'm not
You know,
sure.
go ahead and make a
Athletics.
go ahead and make an athletics check.
Shove his
I'd say that this could let you out of the grapple.
Oh, he could shove his way out instead of shoving it down.
It's 14.
14 total. You try and your way out, and it still holds you on, but very close. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right, Dell.
I'm sending my wolves down.
All right.
Coast, if you want to call it that.
Sending them down in the water.
That's exactly what I thought as well. I thought sure he meant they're going down, like they're gonna
Doggy paddle all the way.
like a synchronized diving.
To attack if it pops up there, and I'm doing the same if it pops up in my sight.
Also, sorry, Brandon,
Yep.
you take 4 points of lightning damage. Because you hit it.
I'm gonna move around that side though.
All right.
Just don't die.
All right.
That's my turn. Holding actions.
All right.
Game's easy. Reduce the enemy's hit point to 0 while keeping yours above 0.
All right, Panzer.
Can we tell where it is by like movement in the water or like blood?
You can make a
anchoring-
perception check.
anchoring
Search.
up?
Search. Search.
Search action, the best action. 23.
23. You spot it. You see down that other cavern way. It seems to be heading towards that direction.
It's going out of
It's
the cavern.
very far away.
It's far away. It's gonna be really hard to reach. It's going out of that side tunnel.
We're fucking dead no matter what.
Are you?
Your allies just kind of
moving
got the
rapidly.
flag instead of.
Are you saying that?
Yeah, I am saying that.
He points it out. Can I see it?
They did indeed do
It's
that.
on the
I
water.
assumed it would
was
be
two people with
a
flags.
grab and go.
Two people with
Let it be
flags.
known.
Speedway.
And one of them
He pointed it out. Can I see it?
I'd say you could say that. Like,
That's what I'm pointing.
Yeah.
So can I shoot at it then?
Sure. Yeah.
What's the distance? Is it within 150 feet?
Yeah.
Then I'm shooting.
It's still at disadvantage because you're firing in the water, though.
Piercing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Never mind. Yeah.
Oh.
Is it within 120?
19.
Oh, nice.
19. That'll hit.
Fucking kill him,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
Shots you
Do I get
Alright.
both?
if you have extra attack. You want
Yeah?
your action shield.
Oh.
All right.
No.
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 All right. It's
10.
low.
Is it a normal attack roll? Or
Grr.
disadvantage?
Normal. Is it piercing damage?
No, it's necrotic.
Okay. Go ahead and make a advantage attack roll.
Huh?
14. That's a 9.
Misses. I'm sorry. All right.
Not
Is that
gonna
your
do it.
is that your
That's,
ready
just
action
the
off?
way the cookie
All right.
crumbles.
All right. Panzer. Is that your turn?
That's about all I'll bonus action dash around this side of the beach if I can.
All right.
As far as I can go, I got 40 feet of movement.
All right. It's
Actually,
Lu-
I have my regular movement too, so I can move 80 feet.
all right.
Look
It's
at
Lucy's
you.
turn then.
Speeding up.
25.
Lucy's going to
30.
move again.
We are dead, actually.
50,
actually just
55,
trying to
60, 65, 70,
Yeah.
80.
She's gonna marry us. We're gonna start a new
I've
underwater.
seen
Same
Shrek
thing
before.
again. 2 attacks on you. 1 attack on you.
Have you seen Eddie Murphy in
So
Shrek?
made with advantage against you.
Get the man dragon. Or I guess some straight roll.
That hits. You take 9 points of piercing damage.
Add to.
All right, and then against you,
What's 9 have? 4.
natural 1 and an 18.
That hits.
The second one. Second one is 10 points of piercing damage.
You have resistance to it though, right?
Yeah.
So
All right.
this
That's
means for
all she can
hours.
do with her turn. Aces, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take one swing first. And
Okay.
then we're gonna replace another one.
All right.
Actually, can I replace 2 in the same turn? Because I have 3 total per short rest.
Yeah. You can just replace an attack with them.
We're gonna do both.
All right.
I didn't notice it.
the full
We got
Oh,
our
it did not.
Yeah.
New meta.
Because you're underwater.
New meta.
Remember, it's a different. You can change the type of it.
Oh, I can make it cold can.
Yes.
We're gonna go ahead and do 2 cold.
All right.
So I guess it's con saves. Wait, or can I choose to make it still a dex save? I
You
don't
can
know.
choose whichever one you want.
So I can go cold.
You can make
and
it a
dex.
cold
Slam dunk
deck
on
save.
the
Yeah.
witch bowl.
You want to do that?
Yeet.
30.
First one's a 13.
Let's get some calamari.
Second one is a 10.
Second fail.
Oh, huge damage!
How would you like to do?
The first one is 10 points of damage.
All right.
Second one is another 10 points of cold damage. That's 20 points of cold damage.
How would you?
You saved me.
Oh my god,
Oh, you
maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
As you are being drugged all the way out, you can almost, as you're kind of near the surface, you can see out of the clear water now sunlight on the other side. You're outside.
Oh my god. Okay. As it bites down on me, I want to like grab it by the teeth and pull it open and just breathe down its throat all the cold I can.
All right. So as you are being drugged through the water, you pull on the tentacle. You see as Arthur's trying to make his way up. You pull your way up the tentacle onto the side of its area. You see 5 holes in it where Alanon's previous necrotic hand had reached in and pulled into it. You pull your fingers in those holes and just reel back and pull the flesh open. As you do, you see pumping organs and flesh and sinew being moved on the inside. And as you do, you immediately freeze it all over from the inside. You watch as the static electricity dwindles around the frost before immediately falling into slower beats and slower pulses of blood through it as it's pouring out through the water. The whole body begins to jettison itself furthermore, frantically trying to get its way outside into the light, out into full nature, away from this. But alas, too late as it all you hear is gurgles in the water before it immediately just begins to slowly sink.
I'm gonna go ahead and take my movement and kind of.
I'm gonna swim up.
Swim your way up. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Oh my god.
So thank you all for watching so much.
Woo! Oh my.
Hope you all have
Thank you so much for watching,
fantastic night. Or
Thanks.
evening or morning, whatever you watch this. And
Is it Friday?
is it Friday yet? See you next time.
Yay!
Penis and vagina.
That was good.